the best time of the year to buy. Don't make a pit stop elsewhere. Head to the finish line of savings at Campers Inn in Kings Mountain during the Campers Inn 500. Campers Inn, 615 South Broadway off Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Online at campersin.kingsmountain.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Hey, I'm Joey Logano, and if you're looking for affordable quality equipment, James River delivers.
Whether you're mowing your lawn, hauling material, or baling hay, James River has the John Deere mowers, tractors, Gator utility vehicles, and implements you need to get it done fast. Plus, with low-rate financing and big cash rebates, James River makes owning a John Deere just as easy as it is to operate. Request a quote online at jamesriverequipment.com.
James River delivers affordable quality.
You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com and like them on Facebook too.
Who are you going to call? Bug Busters. Since 1998, Bug Busters has been serving North and South Carolina with the very best in professional pest control. Family and veteran owned, Bug Busters is there for your pest control, crawl space, encapsulation, termites, wildlife, structural repair, and waterproofing. Just call 704-732-2227 or visit their website at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook too. Bug Busters Pest Control and Home Improvement, 2863 Highway 27 East in Lincolnton. Who you gonna call? Bug Busters.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to high school football. Another Friday night of Lincoln County high school action. Tonight, we're on the banks of the South Fork River. It's back there somewhere. And we're here in Lincolnton as Bandys will travel down Buffalo Shoals Road to take on the Lincolnton Wolves in a Catawba Valley Conference game. I'm Dave Potter. He's Scott Tudor. It's the usual cast of characters here tonight. And watching the teams get ready on the field. We've got a matchup that might have a few things simmering from last year.
Yeah, obviously you were live and in person last year. I was I heard the stories, and we'll hear here in a little bit from the coach as well. You know, the tempers boiled over a little bit towards the end of the half, so we'll see it this year if they've calmed down some, but anytime you get into conference play, you expect a hard battle no matter what happened the previous season.
And you've got a Bandys team that's coming in here 4-1. Great season so far. They really throw the ball around a lot. It's amazing just seeing them, what we have on video. That ball comes out quick. It kind of reminds me of the way Hickory runs things. Bit of a spread, throw it out there quick, see what the receivers can do. And then on the other side, you've got Lincolnton, who's had a few slow starts this year, but then they've come back in every game. They've not been blown out. They come back. So as you'll hear in the coach's interview, there's a few things. We addressed that with Coach Jaden Angle of Lincolnton. So this is the Lincoln County Game of the Week. Our stadium pregame show is brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell. And our title sponsor for Football Friday nights here in Lincoln County is Bug Busters of Lincolnton. So we'll take a few minutes here. We'll go and I'll go down. And the next thing we'll take a look at here is we'll look at some key players to watch. Key players are brought to you by Key Builders of Lincolnton. And who jumped out at you, Scott, looking through these two teams?
Well, I think you mentioned it. You know, you see the way that Bandys has been throwing the ball. before we get into, I don't want to, I think what I kind of saw was a team on paper, Bandys. Obviously, like as we mentioned, has done a great job throwing the ball. Lincolnton coming in at 1-4, but I think if you looked at the non-conference schedules, again, it's a team on paper. Maybe Bandys you would kind of look at, but if you and I did the South Point Lincolnton game earlier in the year, and we've heard a little bit about Lincolnton, since then. And, they've obviously had the tougher non-conference matchup. So, eye test may say this is going to be a little bit closer of a game than you might think. But all said and done, the quarterback for Bandys, Brady Sweat, he's completed 67% of his passes for over 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns with only 4 interceptions. Has also ran for 174 yards and scored 4 touchdowns. So he's accumulated 19 touchdowns for, again, a Bandys team that is definitely putting some points on the board. And, of course, it looks like his favorite receiver is number 2, Cash Oberjohn, who's had 31 receptions for 701 yards. That's 140 yards a game and has 8 touchdowns.
That's insane for a high school level. You just don't see that kind of production out of one wide receiver. That's just amazing. 140 yards a game. I haven't seen anything like it in a long time, that's for sure. He is a senior. I wonder if anybody's looking at him.
Well, like I said, if they're not looking at him, maybe early on here, maybe they're starting to come out to take a look at him. But, yeah, he's done a great job. Obviously, they're more, I guess we would almost say 2-to-1 passing the ball versus running, but don't discount the running game. Might be kind of like a new school type of deal that their pass maybe sets up the run, as back in the day it was always the other way around. But we'll see how it goes tonight against a very athletic Lincolnton team.
Yes, and a very special team as far as special teams. They've really gotten it done. That's what kept them in the game against Bunker Hill. I mean, how many times do you see 3 kicks returned for a touchdown? That's just crazy as well. 2 kickoff returns, Bunker Hill scores, and all of a sudden, whoop, here goes Lincolnton down the other end. And then a punt return as well. So there's explosiveness all over this field, because you mentioned the Bandys players. We get on the other side, we get to Lincolnton. You've got Andre Bost. He's like Brady is. He's the one that runs the offense because he's throwing the ball. He's he's thrown for almost 700 yards. Excuse me. And he's run for almost 500 yards. So he's got 9 touchdowns, 4 passing, 5 running. The problem is 8 interceptions, and that's what's really hurt Lincolnton this year. 11 turnovers in 5 games, and the only game that they won the turnover battle in was against Newton Conover last week, and they won the ball game.
Yeah, so like you say, if they can keep track of the ball, their defense is solid. As you mentioned, the special teams is above average. So if you're winning 2 out of the 3 phases of the game, obviously you're going to be in the game. And a lot of those turnovers have come at obviously inopportune times. They've had to come back. But, if you give the ball to Kamani Heath, who's ran for 438 yards, that's 5.2 per attempt. He scored 3 touchdowns as well. Then, one of the things you might be able to do tonight against Bandys is control the ball, control the clock, and keep that high-powered offensive Bandys off the field. And again, we'll have to wait and see how that works out.
Well, those are some of the key players to watch, brought to you by Key Builders of Lincolnton. We'll be back with more of the Stadium pregame show after this commercial timeout.
First and 10, we in the trenches. You like the water cooler, you be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Set the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on them big blocks. On 4th down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, come punt the ball and it's gone. and you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Learjet. My helmet on, pad strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, win, we just came to win. Win, win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win, win, we just came to win. Win, win, we must protect this house.
And now joining us on the Stadium pregame show, brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell, is the head coach of the Lincolnton Wolves, Coach Jay Nangle. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, congratulations. You finally got that first win last game out, so finally got over that hump that you've been close on for several other games.
Yeah, it was nice to be on the other side, and it was a real gutsy team win from us. Battled with Newton. We went into the game with 5 of our guys out, so we kind of set back a little bit. But I was proud of the way our guys came together and had some young guys step up. But overall, it showed me a lot of character and fight and want to that we've been looking for. And the biggest thing, like you used to get over that hump to the other side when we've been in some battles and haven't made it there yet. So I was proud of them, and proud of our support from the community as they stay behind us.
You've had a pretty wicked start to your schedule here. You got South Point, state semifinalist last year, East Lincoln, state champion, North Lincoln, which is always a battle, and then you get Bunker Hill. That's quite a conflict coming out of the gate.
Yeah, we definitely, like I said, probably one of the strongest schedules to start off with, and I don't know all the stats or who goes and looks at that stuff about what's the strongest, but we definitely felt like every week we were preparing to play a top team. So, but we also thought we belonged and believed that we were a top team. So we went into those, and it didn't end the way we want to, but I was reminded that, it's a growing process. We're getting in and building with new systems and, new coach and things like that. But I like the direction we're in. And even with that tough start, I've seen things that were great that our kids were doing that we can build on and continue to build on. And also some learning things that you learn from a tough schedule like that. So, but yeah, definitely a tough schedule.
Now, taking a look at some of your games so far, there seems to be a bit of a pattern here. You get off to some slow starts, but then you come back on the other team and make it a game. And last week you ended up beating Newton Conover. But is part of that maybe attributable to the change in the coaches and the new system, or is it just a different thing every time?
I think, I'll say, you try to peg that obviously as a coach as you're going in. I think what I come back to a lot is us talking about the turnover battle, and as I think back, I think the turnover battle in all those games we lost as far as giving up turnovers and creating turnovers on defense. We don't win that battle, and I think it comes back to bite us. And a lot of times it's early mistakes that we have, and just trying to learn from those. And I think we've learned some different things to do to put our offense in position to roll on the ground a little better, and also be a little more aggressive defensively and making some changes there. But it seems like each week it's something a little different that we need to sharpen up on, and as we're going. But that's what I come back to the most is the turnovers, and I thought in Newton that was a crucial or pivotal stat that we won, and I think it was a big part of our game, and then also our run game. So,
and that's what I've noticed is, most people, when they think of the spread offense, they're thinking Mike Leach and throwing it all over the yard.
Yeah.
The Pirate there got everybody thinking you throw, but he was as much about running, and looking at your stats, you're actually running the ball more than you're throwing it. And you've got a good balance there.
Yes, and we want to be balanced, and we want to create, really want to create the pass game that where we get easy, quick game and easy throws based on the box we get because of how well we run it. And so those have been the conversations over the past couple weeks, things to sharpen up and change. And in Newton, we got to see the benefit of eating the clock up, owning possession, and things like that. And so it worked in our favor, and I was pleased to have my quarterback over 120 yards rushing and my running back over 130 yards. And so, those are recipes for success. Those ingredients right there definitely can lead to success.
So last year, I got to broadcast this game between Bandys and Lincolnton up at Bandys, and it was one of the more interesting games I've been around in a long time. What do you remember most about that game? I'll let you set it up.
Yeah, I think the most memorable thing about it was just some situations in the game that brought out lots of emotion going into halftime, and really just faced with what we're going to do moving forward at halftime, and to handle the game and play it at a high level, or just get distracted by all the other things that were happening. And the biggest thing that I remember was how our kids came out in the second half and just fought and played a physical game to end that. And so that was some of the biggest things outside of all the mess right before halftime. So
it was a mess too.
Yeah.
But that was another thing that was along the lines of what I was remembering was the teams were playing hard in the first half, but after halftime, that intensity level went up a long way.
Yes.
Serious hitting going on. It looked like the difference between the National Hockey League and the regular season. Playoff. It was huge.
Yeah.
Now you've got Bandys this year, and they come in, and they're pretty high-powered offense. They've been scoring a lot of points, not giving up a lot of points. And then they throw it well, they run it well, but then they've got this player, Cash Obregon. You usually find too many wide receivers at the high school level averaging 140 yards in receptions a game.
Not a whole lot. And that's something about Bandys this year that is different, is how high-powered the passing game is. And they've done a great job moving the ball in the air. And the quarterback is a pretty good quarterback. Keeps his eyes up when he's moving out of the pocket and sprint outs. And he does a good job connecting, especially with number 2, Cash. And that's the biggest thing we saw on film, and as we're preparing for them, is they can score and move the ball around the field in the air, and it's led to the 4-1 record that they have, and that was a big emphasis for us as we get ready.
Well, another thing that might be in your favor is there's 3 phases to the game: offense, defense, and special teams. And your special teams have been special here lately. Yeah, we definitely proud of the way they've been moving. It obviously changed a little bit after a breakout special teams game in against Bunker. I think we see teams now going forward probably be a little more strategic about where they place the ball on special teams. So, but we still hope to capitalize off of those and be positive, in special teams, and our defense hopefully again can slow down that high-powered offense, and that's the goal. Is to be sharp on that and play a physical game, because we know Bandys, like you said, they are putting together a season so far, and they have lots of confidence in what they do, and they do it well. So a lot of respect to the coach over there and that team, and looking forward to a clean battle tomorrow. Okay, Coach. Well, thank you for joining us on the Stadium Pregame Show, brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell. Good luck in the game tonight.
All right. Thank you.
First Federal Savings Bank. They've been serving Lincoln County and the surrounding counties since 1940. If you're looking to build your dream home, purchase a new home, or buy land, they have the products and services for you. At First Federal Savings Bank, they want to get to know you by name and build a relationship for generations to come. Give them a call at 704-735-0416 or visit the website at ffsb-nc.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Who are you going to call? Bug Busters. Since 1998, Bug Busters has been serving North and South Carolina with the very best in professional pest control. Family and veteran owned, Bug Busters is there for your pest control, crawl space, encapsulation, termites, wildlife, structural repair, and waterproofing. Just call 704-732-2227 or visit their website at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook too. Bug Busters Pest Control and Home Improvement, 2863 Highway 27 East in Lincolnton. Who you going to call? Bug Busters. Who are you going to call? Bug Busters. Since 1998, Bug Busters has been serving North and South Carolina with the very best in professional pest control. Family and veteran owned, Bug Busters is there for your pest control, crawl space, encapsulation, termites, wildlife, structural repair, and waterproofing. Just call 704-732-2227 or visit their website at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook too. Bug Busters Pest Control and Home Improvement, 2863 Highway 27 East in Lincolnton. Who you going to call? Bug Busters.
Back and forth first half, but right before the half, Bandys got a kickoff. It was a Thursday night game. They started early. They played a day early because there was a storm coming up the coast. There was a hurricane. I forget the name. So there was a strong wind blowing from right to left, and the kid for Lincolnton, I believe last year it was Peyton Rangel kicking off for him. Kicks one in the end zone. Okay, touchback. They get it to 20. Probably about 40 seconds left. So Bandys runs one play. So at this point, the play clock has more time than the game clock. So Bandys stands there and just starts walking towards their sideline, but very slowly. So after the clock gets down to 15 to 10, so Lincolnton starts, they start going down towards the field house at the other end. Coaches are on the field, players are on the field. They're walking to the locker room. 5 seconds left. Bandy races out back into formation. Drop back. Weston throws a pass. I think it was Obregon. Catches it on the far sideline at the 50, and he runs into the end zone. There's probably 25 players for Lincolnton on the field, so flags are flying. And, oh, man, everybody was upset. So, big argument. And then they go to kick the extra point. Kick is missed, and a scuffle breaks out. Now, I'm calling it a scuffle because nobody got ejected, but I swear to God I saw the punches thrown. So they come running out on the field. Both the Lincolnton coaches, Jason Barnes and his staff come out. They're trying to separate people. Next thing you know, Jason Barnes is on the ground trying to separate players. He blew out his ACL. I was talking to him after the game. He goes, "Sniper on the roof got me." Because I went, I was like, pop, boom, and I was on the ground. So that was the last play of the half. Bandys has the lead. They get Lincolnton. They didn't even let the teams go off the field at the same time. They kept Bandys over on their bench, got Lincolnton in their locker room, then got Bandys in their locker room. Well, it was homecoming, so while all the festivities are going on at Bandys, the referees never left the field because it was a steady stream of a coach coming out, talking to them, going back in, another coach from the other team come out. That went all of halftime. The coaches stood down, or with the referees down in the end zone the entire time. So nobody got thrown out. And let me tell you, that second half, I mean, there was some pretty good hits in the first half. That second half, as I said in the
ramped
interview,
up a little bit.
It was the difference between regular season hockey and playoff Stanley Cup hockey. It was intense that second half. Both teams got after it. Lincolnton ends up winning. It was a great game. It was probably the third best game I was at all year. It was definitely the most entertaining. The two best games I saw were South Point, East Lincoln in the state semis. East Lincoln intercepts the pass. Last play of the game. South Point's driving. They step in front, pick it off in the end zone. Ball game. Last play of the game. And then here last year, Newton Conover and Lincolnton played Lincolnton scored on the final play of the game to win. And it was Andre Boss took it, dove in the end zone behind the lineman, and it was a good 7-8 seconds before the referees could umpile enough to see if he was laying in the end zone or not. So those were some of the best games we had last year. We'll have some more on the stadium pregame show, but we're going to take another timeout, and we'll be back with the opening kickoff. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Plan now to attend this year's Cleveland County Fair, September 28th through October 8th. 11 big days of fun for the entire family. Entertainment includes Act Monsters Chainsaw Work, The Circus Incredible with high-flying aerial artists, The Electrifying Magic, starring Jay Matoli from America's Got Talent and Showtime at the Apollo, and Hog Diggity Dog, the very best animal act ever, and Nashville recording artist John Morris, along with 40 ride-hopper rides, games, food stands, and more. The Cleveland County Fair, September 28th through October 8th, online at clevelandcountyfair.com. Attention home buyers. Call Neeline Cole Termite and Pest Control before purchasing your new home to avoid getting stuck with extensive damage, typically not covered by homeowners insurance. Neeline Cole Termite and Pest Control will inspect your home for prior or present wood-destroying insects and moisture. Call Neeline Cole Termite and Pest Control today to schedule your free estimate at 1-800-7-THE-WEB and receive $25 off any new service from Neeline Cole Termite and Pest Control.
Good. I'm good now.
Yeah.
Captains are out at the center of the field. Andre Bost for Lincolnton, among others. And we've got a mass of humanity in the end zone. A bunch of junior, looks like middle and elementary school kids getting ready to let Lincolnton run through their line here, coming out onto the field. So we're waiting for the coin toss. Again, you're still listening to the Stadium pregame show brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell. Coming into the game, you've got Jason Barnes over on the other side, fourth year, 12-17. This is a 4-6 team last year. Did not go to the playoffs, but so far this year they've defeated St. Stephen's, Ford. Not the best teams there. Bandys will receive. Lincolnton won the toss and deferred. And the other thing to watch out for Bandys tonight, they've got Maiden next week. And that is a rivalry game because for a while there they shared a middle school. The kids would go off to the other one. That's not the case anymore. But and then for Lincolnton, like you had mentioned earlier, they had a brutal non-conference schedule. Two of the top 4 teams in 3A last year, and then a North Lincoln team that always is a good game and ended quite controversially. Still people in Lincolnton talking about whether that was a fumble or whether he was down in the end zone or not. So they had a rough schedule, so you might see them really pick up here now they get into conference.
Well, after the coin toss there, they, a few of the players bumped chests here about the 25-yard line before they even started running out of the tunnel. So it looks like Lincolnton is definitely ready to go, and a bunch of, Pee-wee football players and cheerleaders, maybe the middle school. As you mentioned, a mass of humanity running through the tunnel there.
There's a group down here. They can't be more than 7 or 8 years old. So there's a lot of people running out onto the field with Lincolnton. And, that must be all cheerleaders in the end zone there. They might want to move. Their teams are getting ready to go here. So The first quarter is about to get underway. Our title sponsor for Lincoln County High School football is Bug Busters of Lincolnton. We thank you all for joining us, and we're about set to kick off here. Back to receive for Bandys, number 28, Tanner Stewart, and number 3, Amari Sims.
Well, it looks like we'll see that offense right out of the gate. It's surprising maybe a little bit that Lincolnton won the toss and deferred, but I think that's kind of the new fad now. If you win the toss, you do defer, but we'll wait and see how Lincolnton plays this high-powered offense.
Kicking off for Lincolnton is number 80. We do not have that number on the roster, but in warm-ups, he's got a pretty good leg. So he gets it down to Sims. Sims fields it at the 9-yard line, comes over to the left sideline, and he's brought down at the 25-yard line. Tackles made by number 3, Nehemiah Lynch for Lincolnton. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Bandys at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, typically for Lincolnton, you see a 4-3 type of defense. Looks like they're going to line up in that, at least to start. A lot of times you'll see a difference whether it's a single safety back or 2 safeties. It looks like it's a single safety. Another roll into a 2 safety look.
4 wide receivers. Sweat rolls out, looks, throws. He's got a man downfield. Catch is made at the 41-yard line. He was very close to the line of scrimmage, but he did have a foot behind it. So he rolls out to the right and is completed. And pass is caught by number 4, Christian Eder. But it'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down as they get out to the 45-yard line, gain of 20.
One of the things that I've seen on the film, I'm sure you saw the same, is that they do like to roll Sweat out a little bit, try to get some space. I mean, I don't think it's because he's short, but just they want to get him out in space.
Handoff up the middle. Not much there. Elliott Spicer, number 24, with the first carry of the game for Bandys. He goes up the middle, gets a couple, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
They do run a couple different formations. You know, I've actually seen them in a 21 personnel, 2 running backs, I formation with a tight end, but most of the time they're in this spread offense. That's pretty popular these days at the high school level.
Yeah, 3 wides, 1 back in the backfield. Sweat gets it, rolls to his left. He's looking downfield, fires it deep. He's got a man wide open, catch is made. It's Cash Obregon. How you can let him get free is beyond me. And the pass is completed for a 53-yard touchdown, a Whitetail Properties touchdown for Bandys in the first 79 seconds of the game.
Yeah, one of the things I saw on film is if there's a cover 2 sort of look, which Lincolnton obviously came out in, they like little combination routes to pull one of the safeties or both safeties over to where Sweat rolls out, and then they'll leak one receiver out to the backside or over and get a big play, and they did it again. The extra point was good.
So, James River Equipment extra point is good, and with 10:41 to go in the first quarter, it's Bandys 7, Lincolnton now coming to bat. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
First Federal Savings Bank. They've been serving Lincoln County and the surrounding counties since 1940. If you're looking to build your dream home, purchase a new home, or buy land, they have the products and services for you. At First Federal Savings Bank, they want to get to know you by name and build a relationship for generations to come. Give them a call at 704-735-0416 or visit the website at ffsb-nc.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flip through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincolnton. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their many floor plans. there's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincolnton. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
The pooch kick for Bandys on the kickoff. Fair catch is made at the 34-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the first possession for Lincolnton. Andre Bost will be the quarterback. Handoff up the middle. Kamani Heath, he takes it, gets across the 35 to the 36 before he's brought down by the middle of the Bandys defense.
Yeah, similar to Lincolnton. Bandys will run a 4-3, but a little bit different. They'll have a standing defensive end as opposed to 4 down. Again, 3 linebackers, 4 DBs. But they play really tight. If you notice, the safeties aren't but maybe 8 yards off the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, Bost in the shotgun. Rolls right, throws. He's got a receiver out in the flat. Catch is made down the sideline. It's Nehemiah Lynch. And he steps out of bounds at the 47, 48-yard line. It'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down for the Wolves.
They're going on a quick offense here. They right up to the ball.
Gain of 11 on that play. Handoff up the middle. Got a hole, burst through. It's number 9, I believe. Tigra Owens? That doesn't seem right. Number 4, Traylon Bost.
Little hurry-up offense.
They get
Trying
down
to
to
catch
the
Bandys
40.
off.
Another first down. Bost back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket, goes to the right. He's got an opening and is pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It'll be close to another first down. It'll depend on the spot.
Yeah, way to elude a tackle. Again, a little bit of a hurry up from Lincolnton here. They took maybe a little bit of a page out of the Bandys playbook on that pass where they rolled Bost out. We'll see if that's something that they've seen on the film or just they want to try.
And another first down for Lincolnton. Handoff up the middle. Traylon Bost. He gains 2 going up the middle after he gained 12 on the previous carry that got them down to the 40.
Yeah, it's just a straight little zone play up the middle. Kind of mentioned that a little bit last week. Just put a hat on a hat, try to pick a hole, see what you could find. But number 7, Austin for Bandys with the tackle.
Same formation, 3 wides. Now that's a lateral. That's going to be a live ball. The ball was behind Lynch. He caught it. He couldn't corral it with his hand, let it drop to the turf, and then didn't chase after it. So that's going to go as a fumble and a recovery by Bandys. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Well, like I said, we mentioned in the pregame, Lincolnton's going to have to take care of the ball, try to use up some clock, and that was definitely a lateral. I was basically right almost on the line of scrimmage. That was definitely a backward pass. Bandys very opportunistic, just jumped right on it.
But the player for Lincolnton made no attempt to go back after the ball. That was a surprising thing. You never assume.
Rangel coming off. I don't know.
Rangel's one of their leading tacklers this season. In fact,
maybe he has some blood on his arm. They want to make sure that's taped up.
Second leading tackler, 43 tackles for him, 5 for loss. So the early turnover, and Bandys has the ball back at their own 40. Quick pitch, goes to Spicer. He goes around the right side. He's taken down after a 6-yard gain, but he wasn't touched until that point. Good blocking by Bandys up front.
Yeah, good pursuit by Cloninger for Lincolnton, getting over to make that tackle. Linebacker. Looks like Rangel's coming right back in. Just a quick little tape job. Looked like he had maybe a little blood on his arm. Just a straight toss out to the right from Bandys. 5 yards.
Sweat with a quick pass. He's got Obregon again. Now we can see why he averages 140 a game. He's wrestled out of bounds by Nehemiah Lynch. They had a nice little battle coming to the sideline. Obregon trying to stiff arm him, and Lynch was having nothing of that.
Yeah, great tackle. I mean, obviously you got that Turner Hauser Insurance first down on the play, but I mean, it was just a straight little hitch play. Try to get Auberjohn out open field, but that was a great tackle there by Lynch.
Kept them to a 6-yard gain, but they do get into Wolves territory at the 48-yard line. Seeing a lot of the same formations. Here's Sweat rolling out. Throws. He's got a receiver downfield, but he's unable to bring it in. Looked like it was number 3. Amari Sims was the intended receiver.
Yeah, pass break up there by Phelps for Lincolnton, one of the safeties. So they are playing that cover 2, and everybody kind of thinks that's a pass defense, but it does a good job getting in the lanes if they do run the ball. But again, they like to roll. Bandys likes to roll out to either side, use those combo receiving routes, try to find the open receiver. Great play there by Lynch for Lincolnton.
Hard count by Sweat, and he's going to draw an offsides on the Lincolnton defensive line. Two of them jumped, so he did a good hard count there. So that'll be the first penalty of the game, and that goes against Lincolnton, 5 yards.
Yeah, Lincolnton does not need to be turning the ball over. They already have one on that backward pass recovery, and penalties, again, don't need to be name of the game as well.
More of a traditional set here. 2 tight ends. Spicer gets the ball. He goes up the middle, and he is met in the hole. Nice play there by Peyton Rangel.
Yeah, 81 for Bandys will sometimes line up as a tight end. Extra blocker when they want to run the ball a little bit more, or run a little. Sometimes I've seen a bootleg on film if he's down at the tight end position. But it was a great read by Rangel. Just get inside, limit that to, a 2-yard gain?
Mm-hmm. And then here's the receiver that caught our attention. Landon Vaughn comes in the game, 6'7", 175, number 11 down the bottom here. Big target. Sweat takes a snap, rolls right again, throws on the. He's got a receiver downfield. It's Obregon with another catch and another touchdown. A 42-yard touchdown pass, Sweat to Obregon in the right part of the end zone. And just like that, another Whitetail Properties touchdown. Whitetail Properties of Falston, and it's all of a sudden it's 13-0 Bandys. Chris Moore on for the extra point. Brought to you by James River Equipment. Snap, hold, and the kick is good. So with 7:22 to go in the first quarter, Bandys jumps out to a 14-0 lead. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
First Federal Savings Bank. They've been serving Lincoln County and the surrounding counties since 1940. If you're looking to build your dream home, purchase a new home, or buy land, they have the products and services for you. At First Federal Savings Bank, they want to get to know you by name and build a relationship for generations to come. Give them a call at 704-735-0416 or visit the website at ffsb-nc.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flipped through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincolnton. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their mini floor plans. There's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincolnton. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Lincolnton, a pooch kick is taken by number 4, Traylon Bost. He gets outside, gets to the 47-yard line of Bandys. He's pulled out of bounds by his shirt, but not by his shoulder pads, so no penalty there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Bost looked like a broken play, but he keeps it, goes through the left side. He's got ground. He's out in the open, across the 30, the 20, to the 10, And Bost is in the end zone. Touchdown. If that was a busted play, shouldn't they all be busted? Touchdown for Lincolnton, a 47-yard run by Bost.
Well, it ended up being almost just like a little off-tackle run by Bost. Was able to get to the outside and was starting to pull defensive players for Bandys inside, and he would just bounce outside, use his speed, and they weren't going to catch him. Great busted play by Lincolnton.
So Bost will hold on the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. So, with 7:05 to go in the first quarter, it's now 14-7, Bandys over Lincolnton. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Take your pick on a brand new Bobcat mower from West End Sales in Vail. Pick 0% APR financing for 60 months or get an $800 instant rebate. You just take your pick and pick out your new Bobcat mower. Take a look at a Bobcat ZT2000, $500 instant cash rebate. A Bobcat ZT3000, $700 instant cash rebate. Or the Bobcat ZT3500 with an $800 instant rebate. See them today at West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail. Online at westendsales.com. Like them on Facebook too. No matter your lifestyle, Tyndall Ford in Gastonia has a car and a program just for you. Try Tyndall, trust Tyndall, and you'll love Tyndall Ford, who also happens to be the premier Roush dealer in the world. Check out the Discover Summer Sales event underway now. Ask about special financing plus cash back. And check out the selection of pre-owned vehicles. You're invited to become one of the Tyndall Ford family members today. Tyndall Ford, 1901 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at TyndallFord.com, serving this area since 1974.
So Tanner Stewart takes the kickoff at his own 9-yard line, races to the right sideline and up until he's out at the 45-yard line. So again, good field position for Bandys.
Yeah, let's see. Defenses aren't getting much rest.
No, they aren't. It was only 17 seconds from the last touchdown to the next one, and that included the kick return. Quick handoff here. Pitch is out to, looks like Spicer, number 24. He picks his way through the defense, but then gets lit up at the 49-yard line. Still gets 4 out of it.
Yeah, forced inside by Rangel, one of the middle linebackers, but came right into Javante Walker, who I'd like to see Lincolnton kind of move around that offensive line a little bit. But with them rolling out and both sides of the formation, they're not shy about which side they roll out on with these quarterbacks. But Walker needs to have a big game and try to put some pressure on the quarterback.
So Sweat is the quarterback most of the time, although Weston did throw that one touchdown pass. And by our unofficial stats, Cash Obregon already over 100 yards receiving, and we have not even played 6 minutes of football. 101 yards on 3 catches, 2 touchdowns. College coaches, if you haven't looked at this kid, I think you need to. Sweat rolls left, looks, throws. He's got 2 receivers open down, hits one of them, Kalen Hendrickson. He also had Obregon in the area. Obregon graciously let his teammate catch that ball.
Well, you got to spread the ball around a little bit. But either one of them, as you mentioned, could have caught it. Like you say, Lincolnton's got to do a better job. What I mean by combination route, there's usually, with triple receivers, one kind of breaking out short, one breaking medium, and then they're just breaking whatever the other receiver, not in any particular order, deep, either on a go pattern or, as we saw in the first touchdown, a post pattern. Lincolnton's got to do a better job covering.
So this high-powered offense for Bandys is all it's advertised. Spicer just kind of trying to keep them honest here. He carries the ball. And that's not Spicer. It looks to be Tanner Stewart. Tanner Stewart on that carry. So he gets down to the 22-yard line, gain of 3. And I think they run the ball just to, we'll show this once in a while, but we're going to throw any chance we can.
Keep them honest, even though you know you're going deep. I want to see what kind of change that Lincolnton makes. I say that they might be going more of a nickel type of defense with only one safety high now that I've seen.
Sweat keeps it, rolls out. He's being chased. He's got open space and gets out of bounds at the 15-yard line. He rolled left, outran a defensive lineman in pursuit, gets down to the 15, and that'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down.
We mentioned it in pregame. He does have 4 touchdowns running the ball, 174 yards. So Lincolnton did a much better job on that one, covering receivers on that bootleg, but Sweat was still able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, gain of 10 on that one. So they move the chains yet again. Ball just inside the 15-yard line. Already 14-7 in a very prolific offensive first quarter. Handoff goes to number 7 up the middle. That's Ian Moore. Moore bursts through the line, gets down to about the 7-yard line. Nice run there. That's probably one of their better ones.
Yeah, like as I mentioned, Bandys will get into a 21 type of personnel. That was an I formation backfield with 81 being the tight end for them. That is Evan Turner.
And now they just keep it. Bulls behind the line. Good surge by the line. Goes from the 7-yard line all the way down to the 2. So another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Trying to see. I believe that one was carried by Ian Moore. Looked like a direct snap. I don't think that was Sweat there. So we'll give him credit. He gets down to the 2-yard line, so a gain of 6 and another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. It's first and goal for Bandys at the 2-yard line. See how well their passing offense operates in this area, but they don't need to.
Number 7.
And they hand off to Ian Moore. He goes through the right side, pretty much untouched into the end zone. Yet another touchdown for Bandys. Another Whitetail Properties of Falston touchdown.
Again, that was three straight plays of I formation, tight end, just running right at Lincolnton.
2-yard run. Moore on for the extra point. It's good. So on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's Bandys 21, Lincolnton 7. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Take your pick on a brand new Bobcat mower from West End Sales in Vail. Pick 0% APR financing for 60 months or get an $800 instant rebate. You just take your pick and pick out your new Bobcat mower. Take a look at a Bobcat ZT2000, $500 instant cash rebate. A Bobcat ZT3000, $700 instant cash rebate. Or the Bobcat ZT3500 with an $800 instant rebate. See them today at West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail. Online at westendSales.com. Like them on Facebook too. No matter your lifestyle, Tyndall Ford in Gastonia has a car and a program just for you. Try Tyndall, trust Tyndall, and you'll love Tyndall Ford, who also happens to be the premier Roush dealer in the world. Check out the Discover Summer Sales event underway now. Ask about special financing plus cash back. And check out the selection of pre-owned vehicles. You're invited to become one of the Tyndall Ford family members today. Tyndall Ford, 1901 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at TyndallFord.com, serving this area since 1974.
Be a hold back here. Let's see.
Chris Moore with a kickoff for Bandys. He kicks it down to about the 10-yard line. It's handled by Nehemiah Lynch. Lynch gets up to about the 29-yard line, fumbles, but it's recovered by Lincolnton. We're waiting to see. There was a flag behind the play here, back up at the 40-yard line. And it's going to be holding against Lincolnton, so any field position they might have had is going to be cut in half here.
Well, after a couple of their kicks, they were trying to pooch. Maybe they saw something on film that maybe they could try to exploit. That one, he just booted. Great leg there from Chris Moore for Bandys. And the penalty, like you mentioned, pins them back to the 18-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Lincolnton there. Heath in the backfield. Defenses have not had a lot of time to rest here. Handoff up the middle. It's Heath. He gets out near the 25-yard line. He gets to the 24, so a gain of 6 for Heath on that. Only his second carry of the game, just because this Bandys has had the ball most of the time.
Yeah, Lincolnton, still plenty of time on the clock to run your offense.
Just 4 minutes left in the first quarter, so we've gotten a lot already to happen here. Heath again. He goes over the left side, gets the first down. He's out 2. They'll mark it at the 28-yard line, so gain of 4 and another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Been a lot of those already. Teams moving the ball.
Yeah, you already got a bunch of Turner Hauser Insurance first downs and a lot of Whitetail Properties touchdowns.
That we have already 4, and we're not even done with the first quarter. There's still plenty of time for another couple. Boss takes a snap, looks, throws. He's got a receiver down the sideline. It's number 2, Khalil Yarborough, but he's a little too far to the outside with that pass, leads him out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Yeah, he did have a step on the Bandys cornerback. Not a bad ball, just seemed to just kept drifting out of bounds. Not a bad time to take a shot. I'd like to see Lincoln go back to that hurry-up offense that they kind of came out the game with. At least they kept the Bandys on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, they did until the fumble. Boss keeps it. This looks like the touchdown play again. And he's got it through the left side, breaks a tackle. He's across midfield to the 40, 30.
Catch him.
He's not going to be caught. Boss goes all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Lincolnton. That looked exactly like the other play where he took a step back. It looked like it might have been a busted play. Then he goes up through one side. This time, instead of breaking to the left, he goes to the right.
Yeah, that one looked like he was like a fake pitch, like they were going to run maybe a little, speed option out to the right, or a toss pattern or a toss play to Heath. But as you mentioned, he just went right up the gut. And once he got through that second line, he broke right through and basically untouched.
76-yard touchdown run for Bost. The extra point, snap, hold, and the kick is good. So with 3:29 to go in the first quarter, we might be here till midnight at this rate. But the score is 21-14 Bandys. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week. I don't know. I think it's the Lincoln County Track Meet of the Week. Good Lord.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Kickoff by Lincolnton is fielded by Amari Sims at the 15. He returns it to the 25. And, well, we've still got 3:23 to go in the quarter. Scott, I think we've got time for another 3 more touchdowns. I mean, this looks more like a track meet than a football game.
I swear there is a defense out here for both teams.
Okay, if you say so. No, I haven't seen him. Handoff goes to number 7, Ian Moore. Not much for him as he tries to go over the right side of the defense. He's held to a gain of 1.
Yeah, another great play there by number 11, Rangel, Lincolnton. I guess they're just trying to keep him honest here by not just throwing every play.
The way they've been throwing it, why not? I mean, they're 5 of 6 for just ridiculous amount of yards. Sweat takes the snap, rolls right, looks. He's got a receiver, catch is made. It's Hendrickson. He's submarined but not before getting out to the 43-yard line and another first down. Now he gets up a little bit slowly.
Yeah, again, that's that little combination route with usually it's the inside receivers that are kind of running an underneath pattern towards the corner. Then there'll be one that's sort of medium, maybe 8 to 12 yards, and then they'll take one receiver and clear out. And Sweat just rolls and see whatever's one of the three is open and makes the delivery.
17-yard gain on the play. Another quick pass here. Catch is made. Obregon went up the ladder to get it and then had his legs taken out and flipped to the turf afterwards, and he walked straight to the sideline after that catch. Paid the price for that one.
Yeah, a little bit, I thought maybe a little bit early there from Nehemiah Lynch, but he timed it well, made the play. But again, not after a 6-yard completion.
Yep, 6 yards, so 2nd and 4. Hand off to Ian Moore. He gets across midfield to the 49. Just a couple yards on that play, so it'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I did notice something a little different there from Lincolnton. We'll see. Of course, Bandys ran the ball on that play, but they kind of rolled the safety down to the trip side. We'll see if that's something they try to use to cover that little combination route, those routes from Bandys.
So Obregon comes on late. He's at the top. Pitches to Moore. He's got the first down, and Moore around the right side gets across the 45 to the 43. Good blocking there. There's nobody near him as he went around the corner.
Yeah, I'm wondering if trying to find my tackler there, Green for Lincolnton. I wonder if Bandy's kind of picked up on what I saw, that little rollover from the safety, and they ran the toss to that side.
Well, hold on here.
Is there a penalty that I missed?
I don't see a flag anywhere, but they are marching it off. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty against Bandys, so that'll wipe out the gain on that play.
I'm wondering if that was like an illegal substitution because Obregon came out kind of late on that play, but then it should be still 2nd down. Was the 2nd down on that one? So maybe not. Maybe it was something after the play.
No, that'd be 3rd down because it.
Oh, okay. Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Sweat rolls out. He tries to get around the corner. He scoots out of bounds, gets across the 50, gets about the penalty yardage back, gets to the 48. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down.
I don't see 16 Chris Moore coming on to punt.
So gain of 8 there. 3rd and 9 becomes 4th and 1. The ball at the Lincolnton 48-yard line.
Play clock down to 10.
They need to hustle. It's down to 5. They're at the line. And Sweat just keeps it. He fires behind the center. The center clears out enough room, and he'll have a first down at the 41-yard line after the 2-yard plunge. Another Turner Hauser Insurance first down.
Of course, the clock hasn't started. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Well, because of the moving the chains. So now that they're in place, clock's going. We're inside a minute finally in the first quarter. 5 touchdowns already. Still plenty of time, 44 seconds.
Let's see, 5 times 4 is 20, so that's 20 touchdowns we're anticipating.
Oh, Lord. Sweat drops back, no pressure. Finally, someone breaks. He throws down the field. There's nobody there except the Lincolnton player. He picks it off at the 10-yard line. Looks to be number 5. Andrew Phelps. Phelps still has it, gets across the 40, but a flag comes in.
That's going to be a block in the back. Yeah. But obviously during the run back.
Andrew Phelps, who had led the team in interceptions last year, picks off another one. I believe that's his 2nd this season. So the turnover will stand, but we're going to have a penalty against Lincolnton, and they won't have the field position they might have after Phelps' return.
Now, we mentioned if Lincolnton could get some pressure on Sweat, that they got a chance to force some early passes, and that's exactly what happened. Devontae Walker was able to break through the line, put some pressure on Sweat, and he just kind of heaved it almost like a punt.
Yeah, I mean, that was what I was going to say. It was like he had all kinds of time. He should have seen if there was somebody open, and then once Walker came in, like you said, he just fired that thing down the field. There was nobody for Bandys near it. I'm not sure what he was trying to do.
I mean, yeah, that was a first down play, was it not? That was right after he ran to get that first down.
Yeah, right after the first down,
so
he took a deep shot.
Yeah, just thrown it away, and
he
had 3 more downs to move the chains.
So Lincolnton will, after the penalty, will take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty against the Wolves. And Boss keeps it, breaks through. He's got room again. Boss is so hard, and he's not that big, but he gets in with a lineman and just runs and jukes. It's almost kind of a Barry Sanders run style to him.
Yeah, like I say, I think he kind of hides behind that line of scrimmage a little bit. Again, you said he's not very big, not very tall. He just all of a sudden appears. By that time, he's got up to speed, and he just outruns a lot of the Bandys linebackers and safeties.
And that's it. Finally, somebody has pulled the plug on the first quarter. After one period of play, it's Bandys 21, Lincolnton 14. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Full Throttle Power Sports and Law is proud to announce the addition of Brian Lane to their sales staff. And Brian wants to take this time to invite his friends and former customers of Al Lane Motorsports in Lincolnton to come see him at Full Throttle Power Sports and Law, featuring brand names like CF Moto, Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Polaris, and more. See Brian Lane at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Law, online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Bennett Funeral Service is a proud supporter of Lincoln County Athletics, and we wish them a successful season. Bennett Funeral Service is family-owned and operated by Robbie and Rhonda Bennett, and they care about you and your family, featuring traditional funerals and cremation services. And yes, pre-planning transfers are accepted. For more information, call 828-465-2111. Visit their website at bennettfuneralservice.com. In your time of need, call upon Bennett Funeral Service, 7878 Highway 16 in Newton and 502 First Avenue South in Conover. We are here for you.
Lincolnton, first down play by Kamani Heath. Handoff goes up the middle for a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. And it's Heath again as he bowls his way out near the 45-yard line for a first down. Another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Second quarter action of our football game is brought to you by our title sponsor, Bug Busters of Lincolnton.
Well, like I said, we kind of mentioned this in pregame. If Lincolnton can control the clock, keep hold of the football, keep that offense off the field, they've got a chance.
Quick pitch to Heath. He goes around the left side, gets across midfield before he's shoved out of bounds. And it'll be a gain of 8 on that play for Heath. We're totaling up some of the stats here in the first quarter. Andre Boss for Lincolnton, 4 carries, 150 yards. And you got Cash Obregon on the other side with 101 yards receiving at least. Bost again runs down the line, but a great open field tackle. He's brought down for a loss at the Lincolnton 49-yard line.
That's number 15, Austin for Bandys. Looks like he is one of the corners that switches sides. Maybe trying to mark one of the. Maybe number 3, Lynch for Lincolnton, or number 2.
That time he went after Bost.
Yarborough.
Yeah. So, Lincolnton has it, midfield, 3rd and 5. Bost, here he goes around the left side. He's got an opening, gets across the 40, shoved out of bounds at the 35. I think they're going to have to put a spy on him. And I'm not sure that would do any good. The way he's running so far tonight.
Well, like I say, the Bandys DBs are playing tight on all sides, whether it's a trip side or whether it's a single receiver on the backside. So they're just, Lincolnton's running them off. Yeah, they're going to have to do something.
Looking over to the sideline, plenty of time on the play clock. Peyton Rangel trying to get a signal. Bost hands off to Heath. He goes left. Despite about 4 Bandys defenders there, he still finds a way to get down to the 30 and gain 5 yards.
Yeah, I think that was meant to go inside. They got Rangel kind of playing almost like a wing right behind the offensive tackle. He was trying to be the lead blocker, but he just saw something on the outside, bounced it, and was able to pick up 5 yards. Keep the clock moving, keep ahead of the chains.
And this is what we thought Lincolnton might do more. Just keep it out of the hands of Bandy's high-powered offense. But then you got Boss scoring, in about 10 seconds. Right. So that doesn't help time of possession either. They're establishing the run here. Handoff goes up the middle. Ball is carried. Traylon Bost. Probably be mad at his brother for handing him off that one the way he got tackled. He got taken down around the shoulder pads.
Yeah, number 7, Ian Moore, who also runs the ball for Bandys, made that tackle, but then went straight off and is on the sideline without his helmet. I don't know if he hurt his shoulder on that play. Keep an eye on that.
So 3rd and 4, ball at the 29, and there's going to be a free first down for Lincolnton as Bost returns the favor from earlier. Hard count draws the defense offside, and it'll be a first down by penalty for Lincolnton. That is the first penalty of the game against Bandys. So very disciplined.
Insurance. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit like reversal here. I mean, we had a false start on Lincolnton during one of the drives on Bandys. Now they turn around and do the same to Lincolnton.
Boston the shotgun, takes a snap, hands off to Heath. Heath goes up the middle, not much there. He's snowed under at about the 23-yard line. So gain of about 2 on that play, maybe 1. We'll give him 1.
Yeah, I do like this strategy by Lincolnton. Now they're slowing it down, keeping Bandy's offense off the field.
I'm good with that, too. I can only write so fast. Might run out of paper. Boss carries it. This time, he's not able to slip through all the defenders and offensive linemen. He gets down to the 21. He gets a couple yards there. So it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 21-yard line.
Yeah, very similar type of play that he's scored 2 on. It was that little fake speed option or toss, and then just keep it, try to run off tackle. Great job by Bandys.
Bandys defense moving around at the snap. Boss throws down in the end zone. He's got a man. Catch is made. Touchdown, Lincolnton.
No flags.
Looks to be number 3, Nehemiah Lynch. So a 22-yard touchdown pass. Is my math right?
I think that's right.
Well, it's going to be right now. So another Whitetail Properties touchdown. And the extra point upcoming. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. Kick was pounded through by Jackson Young, and just like that, 8-12 into the second quarter, we're all tied at 21. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Full Throttle Power Sports and Law is proud to announce the addition of Brian Lane to their sales staff. And Brian wants to take this time to invite his friends and former customers of Al Lane Motorsports in Lincolnton to come see him at Full Throttle Power Sports and Law, featuring brand names like CF Moto, Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Polaris, and more. See Brian Lane at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Law, online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Bennett Funeral Service is a proud supporter of Lincoln County Athletics, and we wish them a successful season. Bennett Funeral Service is family owned and operated by Robbie and Rhonda Bennett, and they care about you and your family, featuring traditional funerals and cremation services. And yes, pre-planning transfers are accepted. For more information, call 828-465-2111. Visit their website at bennettfuneralservice.com. In your time of need, call upon Bennett Funeral Service, 7878 Highway 16 in Newton and 502 First Avenue South in Conover. We are here for you.
80 on the roster. Lincolnton, where we have a football game disguised as a track meet. It is 21-21. We're only 16 minutes 16 minutes into the game. We've already had 6 touchdowns. At this rate, it's going to be 82-81. Pitch to Stewart. Stewart goes over the left side. Not much there, but he does manage to work his way out to the 28-yard line for a gain of 3. Yeah, this scoring is insane here, the way this is going.
Yeah, it was just a straight little toss sweep out to the left side. Again, trying to attack the perimeter of the Lincolnton defense, but that was a good job there by 14 Carson Cloninger for Lincolnton to go from his middle linebacker position all the way to make that tackle. Trying to see if number 7 for Bandys is out on the field. I don't see him.
I don't see him because Vaughn's in. Sweat fakes the pitch, throws. He's got a receiver down the field.
Ooh,
and its breakup is nicely done. Pass was just slightly underthrown.
Phelps again.
That was Obregon that it was intended for. He was behind the defender, but it was just a little overthrown. He jumped up backwards, got a hand on it, and knocked it down.
I think it was Walker again that kind of broke through the line, maybe forced that pass a little bit earlier. I think if he could wait just another split second, then he would have been able to step into that throw a little bit more, put more on it.
3rd and 6, Sweat has it, rolls, throws, almost intercepted. Pass was intended for number 5, Caden Hendrickson. But a nice play there by Tigra Owens. No, is that Owens? No, that's Andrew Phelps again, ball hawking.
Well, that was I think that was number 9.
Was it?
Yeah, those numbers are a little strange.
Yeah, 5 and 9 look an awful lot alike.
9 is.
We'll give it to Owens this time.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah, if he would have got that one, there was nothing but green turf in front of him. He would have scored easily.
That was a pick 6 looking to happen. So an incomplete pass there, and Bandys will be forced to punt. An interception and now 2 incomplete passes. Not the greatest kick, kind of a wobbly kick that gets across the 50 and trundles its way down to the 42-yard line. So Lincolnton forces a punt from Bandys, the first of the night.
Yeah, a little momentum change here after that interception from Lincolnton on Bandys' previous set of downs. Now, they got a lot of fight in them, as we mentioned, and I think Coach mentioned it in the pregame talk, that a little bit of a slow start, some turnovers, and then they would kind of correct the ship, get back into the game, and that's exactly what they're doing now here in the second quarter.
Yeah. That's a pattern we've seen in every game this year for them. The North Lincoln game, they gave up 21 points in the first half, shut them out, and scored 20 in the second. So this is not unusual. Very resilient Lincolnton team. Handoff to Traylon Bost. There's not much there as he tries to get through the left side. We'll give him 1 for the effort.
I'm trying to see 54 for Bandys. The defensive end made that tackle. Again, I do like the strategy. I've got it written down that if they can, again, ball control, time of possession, they do run the ball on average a little bit more than they pass it, keep the clock moving. As long as they keep getting positive yards, we'll see what happens.
Handoff in the backfield. A little bit of a jitterbug step there.
Well, it's good to see Moore, number 7 for Bandys. He is back in. Made the tackle on that play.
That was Bost again. He got to the 48-yard line, but where he was tackled, there is a flag down.
I don't know if they got the face mask. They did.
So 5-yard gain, and they're going to tack 15 on the end of that one. So here we go, Lincolnton driving down to take the lead. And it did not look like that was going to be the case when it was 14-0, barely 2 minutes into the ball game. So first down at the 37 of Bandys. Boss keeps it. Big hole up the middle. He's gone. Across the 10, 5, touchdown. Quick hitter there, and there was nobody home in the secondary.
I think Bandys tried to come on a blitz, but they pretty much went towards the offensive tackles, thinking maybe that they were going to run that little off-tackle play where Peyton Rangel kind of lines up as the wing back. And Boss just kept that one again, went straight up the gut, and I don't think he was touched on that play either.
No. 37-yard touchdown. He's now cracked the 200-yard mark. Extra point by Jackson Young is good. And with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, it is Lincolnton 28, Bandys 21. You're listening to the Lincoln County Track Meet of the Week.
Start up the savings on your auto insurance with a stop at Turner Hauser Insurance Group in downtown Lincolnton, your area insurance agency. Jamie Hauser invites you to stop in and find out how you can save money on all of your insurance needs, from home to auto to commercial to farm to life. Visit them at their office at 228 East Main Street, downtown Lincolnton. Just look for the big blue awning. That's Turner Hauser Insurance Group, your area insurance agency. Call 704-732-9577 or visit the website at turnerhauserins.com. Ram Power Days are underway now at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lincolnton. It's prime time for exclusive deals. Power Days are here. Now get $1,500 bonus cash on all new 2023 Ram 2500 and 3500 models. But that's not all. Get $4,000 consumer cash on most new 2023 Ram 1500 models. Don't miss Ram Power Days. Underway now at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincolnton.
And as we come back, a squib kick by Lincolnton is fielded by Amari Sims. Sims finds an opening down the right sideline, and he's down to the 42-yard line of Lincolnton. So here we go. Great field position again for Bandys. I don't think either team's, other than the one penalty there, neither team's had bad field position for any start.
Yeah, other than that, after the interception that Lincolnton had after the penalty. But they've all been around midfield, which is where we're sitting. So it's been good for us.
Yeah. Good for my bad vision. Sweat rolls out, eludes a couple defenders, and is able to get out of bounds on the far sideline after a gain of 1 when it looked like he was going to be pulled down for about a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, it looked like Kamani Heath was going to have him in the backfield. Then he went out, and Jade Hunter had a chance to get a crack at Heath, but he just outran to the sideline, was able to pick up 1 yard before he was pushed out by who else but Peyton Rangel.
Rangel's been all over the field for Lincolnton tonight. He teams up with Carson Cloniger to lead the team in tackles on the season. 3 wide receivers to the right. Bandys rolls that direction. Catch is made. Should be Hendrickson for a short gain. Well, now they mark him down to the 34-yard line. They must have given him forward progress, so it wasn't a real short gain. It was a gain of 7, and it's going to make 3rd and 2. That's the first completion they've had in a while.
Yeah, it looked like number 11, the 6'7" receiver was he didn't have to jump, but he looked like he kind of did a little sort of hook inside. He thought he was open a little bit further down the field, but then again, when you're rolling out, your momentum's carrying you to the sideline. He made a good decision to get that pass out.
And here we go again. Another good hard count by a quarterback draws the defense off And it'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down by penalty as Lincolnton picks up their third penalty of the game. There really haven't been many, but they've come at the wrong time. 3 of the 5 have resulted in a first down.
Yeah, those false starts. I think they're trying to anticipate those snaps, but obviously they're just jumping too early.
5:02 to go in the first half. Bandys has the ball. They're driving. Handoff over the right side. It's out to Moore. Moore, nice spin move, gets away from one tackler. He gets down to the 13-yard line. Yet another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. So a gain of 16 on that play for Moore. And like you said, good to see him back in the game because he did go straight to the sideline without his helmet.
And he's going again. I don't know if he maybe did something to that shoulder or whatever. He's back over to the sideline.
That left arm's kind of hanging low. Sweat rolls out, looks, he's got a receiver, and it's dropped. He had a receiver out in the left flat. I think he tried to run before he caught it.
Yeah, Christian Eder. I think he wanted to make a move as the DB was breaking down on him, and just like you mentioned, took his eye off it and just straight drop. Hit him right in the floor.
Yeah, I'm watching over on the sideline. Ian Moore is just pacing back and forth. Sweat keeps it, bursts through the left side, he's got an opening, eludes one tackler, and he may have the first down. He just scooted away from a tackler, and he gets to the 4-yard line, it looks like. He's going to be just a little bit short of the first down, but not by much.
At a ball length, the way I can see over here. Of course, I got a big pillar here that separate the windows in front of me.
Scott always seems to end up behind something blocking his view. That's a tradition this year for us. Sweat keeps it, just follows his lineman.
That's a first down. Yeah.
It'll be a first down. He gets to the 2-yard line. After the whistle, he kind of burst through. I thought we were going to have a replay of the quarterback sneak from Hickory. So I hear some whistles. Now the clock's running, so another first down for Bandys, this time at the 2-yard line. Bandys taking their time here. First and goal at the 2, looking to tie it back up after jumping out to a quick lead. Quick toss, goes to Stewart. He's almost caught in the backfield, but he gets into the touchdown. For the touchdown, nice way of eluding the tackler in the backfield. Had him about the 7-yard line, but then he gets around him and gets to the left pylon first. Touchdown, Bandys.
Yeah, I can't see if that's Rangel or if that's number 14, Carson Cloninger, that had him about 3 yards deep. I think it was Cloninger that had him, and just couldn't come down with the tackle.
So yet another Whitetail Properties touchdown. Extra point. We've got flags down and whistles blowing, so we'll have to see what the call is. But it'll be a James River Equipment conversion attempt. So the penalty's on Lincolnton. They'll move it half the distance to the goal. Will Bandys go for 2 now because the ball's at the 1-yard line? And Jason Barnes is going to call a timeout and think about this.
I got to remember that, Lincolnton does get the ball back to start the second half, so if they are able to do anything on their next possession, this might be kind of in the thinking of
Jason Barnes.
Yeah, Coach Barnes. I can't read my own handwriting up here, but that might be worth at least discussing it. And it looks like they are going for it because I think I see 16, Chris Moore, moving over to the sideline for Bandys. But again, my eyes aren't too good either, so we'll see if that's.
This is why I bring my rangefinder with me.
How many yards we got to Chris Moore? I think he's on the end of it.
90 yards. It's a long way from.
That's a 3/4.
This is one of the
52 or a
This is one of the full sandwich.
full sand for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of the press boxes that's probably a little bit further away from the field than most. It's also the nicest one we're in all year. This place is great, and then you're all the way across the field another 50-some yards, so it's a long way to the sideline, then a long way out there. So I bring my rangefinder so my vision can see who's on the far sideline. So they're going for 2. Ball at the 1-yard line. Sweat keeps it. It's going to be the Bush push. Will it be successful? And
Yes.
he does get in. A late whistle, so the James River equipment conversion is good. Sweat bulls his way in for the 2-pointer. And with 3:41 to go in the first half, it's Bandys 29, Lincolnton 28. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Drivers, start your engines!
Start your engine of savings at Campers Inn in Kings Mountain. Race on in now during the Campers Inn 500. Over 500 units have been discounted for year-end savings. It's the best time of the year to buy. Don't make a pit stop elsewhere. Head to the finish line of savings at Campers Inn in Kings Mountain during the Campers Inn 500. Campers Inn, 615 South Broadway off Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Online at campersin.kingsmountain.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Hey, I'm Joey Logano, and if you're looking for affordable quality equipment, James River delivers.
Whether you're mowing your lawn, hauling material, or baling hay, James River has the John Deere mowers, tractors, Gator utility vehicles, and implements you need to get it done fast. Plus, with low-rate financing and big cash rebates, James River makes owning a John Deere just as easy as it is to operate. Request a quote online at jamesriverequipment.com.
James River delivers affordable quality.
Lincolnton, and after a bit of a discussion between the referees and Coach Engel, the 2-pointer does stand. Not that calls get changed very much of those nature. So pooch kick goes down, bounces at the 20. Finally it's picked up. Eludes a tackler. We've got flag behind the play. Looking to see who had the ball. I believe it was Khalil Yarborough.
Yeah, I don't know if, it looks like.
Or Lynch, rather.
Yeah, it looks like one of those block in the backs.
Yep. And that's the call.
Yeah, Bandy's players a little shaken up. Can't see what number that is for Bandy's. 15 maybe?
That's always tough when your spine wants to come out through your chest on one of those blocks.
Yeah, that's 15 Finn Austin for Bandy's. I got blindsided.
So the penalty flag is laying at the 19-yard line. If it's half the distance to the goal, they're going to be just inside their own 10, and that's easily the worst field position anybody has seen tonight. Still 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. I have gone to the second sheet of paper here. Never had to do that before.
These teams are killing trees tonight. Wasting a lot of ink, too.
We get ink by the barrel. We're good. Hand off to Heath. He picks his way over the right side. And finally, a scrum slows him down at about the 13-yard line. So gain of 4 there for Heath.
And I want to give about 6 guys for Bandy's an assist on that tackle because that was a gang tackle. And looks like number 8, Miley, was the first one, and that wrapped him up and held him, but not until a gain of 4.
So that was a 9-yard penalty against Lincolnton. Bost looks to pitch, keeps it, goes around the left side. He's got an opening, but finally gets corralled from behind. First time tonight. Nice tackle from behind there. But he does get out to the 24-yard line. That'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down after the gain of 11. Like he needs more yards.
Yeah, a little slow developing there. I thought, again, he was going to run that little fake toss, and it ended up being a fake toss, but instead of going opposite the toss, he got behind Heath, used him as a blocker, and great pursuit there from 58 for Bandy's. Aries Sigmund was able to work down the line and make that tackle from behind, but not until he got the first down.
So everybody at home join in. It's another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. You should all know that by now. We've said it enough times in the first half. First downs are probably almost as high as the score. Although Bandys doesn't get a lot of first downs when you got 52-yard passes. Well, Bost with a 76-yard run. So there hasn't been a lot of first downs just because there have been so many big plays. But now it's kind of settled down into more of a grinding offense on both teams.
Yeah, we had, 5 touchdowns in the first quarter. Now we're down to, 3?
Yeah, Bost again keeps it. Almost loses the ball, but he's finally corralled and gently laid to the turf there by number 8, Scotty Miley. Made sure he didn't slam him to the ground and draw a penalty. Good, smart play there.
Yeah, interesting to see if Lincolnton tries to get some kind of points. As we mentioned, they get the ball in the second half. I think they're content on just doing what they've been doing here the last few drives and just pick some yards up here and there.
2:24 to go in the half. Bost, keeper around the right side, gets a few yards, and then is finally run out of bounds again by Miley. I wonder if Miley's turned into the spy for them. He seems to be around Bost quite a bit now.
Yeah, well, he normally plays a defensive lineman position, but I think he's that standing defensive lineman. And I think he's just trying to go wherever he can get to Bost. Of course, it's either Bost or Heath for Lincolnton.
Yeah, I see Miley at the far side of the, like you said, a stand up. Now he goes into a stance. So Bost rolls left. He's looking downfield, and now he's going to keep it. He gets taken out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Of course, the crowd wants a penalty anytime somebody's hit 2 inches out of bounds. That's not going to be called in this case.
Yeah, I would like to have seen him go down before he went out of bounds and try to keep the clock moving, as it's now 4th and 3, maybe a long 2. So we'll have to see what Lincolnton decides. I would imagine they might call timeout.
He got a couple yards there. So the ball's at the 32. They're lined up like they're going to go for it. They're going to try and draw him off. We'll see. And there's still 15. Well, they run it. Bost runs the play. It's going to be close. Boy, we're sitting here and we're looking at it. The referee on this side of the field has a much more generous spot than the one on the far side. That's the one they're going by. It'll be a first down.
That was definitely a left foot spot as opposed to a right foot.
So Lincolnton keeps the ball, handoff up the middle. And it's Kamani Heath finally breaks loose for his biggest run of the night. He gets out to the 49-yard line, gain of 15, and yet another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Tried to get that off.
Yeah, it looked like a late substitution by Bandys. They're getting a little gassed here. 33 trying to get off, and so Bandys had to take a timeout for a penalty at him.
It was close. Almost got the play off in time. So 1:41 to go in the half. We'll keep it here. These timeouts tend to go pretty quick when it's just to kill the clock sort of thing. But coming up at halftime, we'll get out the calculator, the abacus, and the IBM supercomputer to add up the yardage in the first half. We'll have the Cray supercomputers running full tilt.
We might. Hal's out in space, so we don't want Hal. Leave him out there. 2010.
Yeah, no kidding. Leave him.
But, of course, the way this game's going, it is a little bizarre. I mean, like I said, it was track meet a little bit more in that first quarter. And, like I said, we had, 5 touchdowns first quarter. We got 3 in this quarter, so.
Yeah, we're slowing down.
Slowing down here a little bit.
It's terrible. Lincolnton will have the ball, 1st and 10, their own 49-yard line. 1:41 to go in the half. Bost takes a snap, rolls right again. He's looking downfield. Now he's just running. But this time he gets corralled. He started to get to the corner, but he got knocked out of bounds. No gain on the play for the first time tonight. No, wait, he lost 2 on a play way back when. That's hard to believe, but he did.
Yeah, again, Bandy's defensive line did a great job. They just worked themselves straight down the line of scrimmage. Might give them I'm trying to see, they might have broke the yard marker. So that's going to have to be fixed before they can get going here. I don't know if it's the chain or they bent that thing in half.
And it's the actual marker. Well, not sure what the problem was, but they got it squared away. And now they've moved it back to the 49. So, yes, no gain on that one. It'll be 2nd and 10. 1:35 to go. Bost back in the pocket. He's flushed. A lot of defenders chasing him, but there's a lot of open space now across the 50, the 40, and he gets out of bounds at the 36-yard line. There's the defender laying back here at the 39-yard line, wondering how he got away.
Yeah, for a second, I thought maybe they were going to try to run a screen as Bandy's got through so quick. Boss had to get outside and basically run for his life, and so with 4 linemen coming at him, he had 10 or 15 yards before anybody from Bandys was able to get to him.
So they got the ball at the 36-yard line of Bandys. Still plenty of time. Bost rolls again to the right, looking downfield, throws. He's got a receiver, but it's past his hand, intended for Lynch, but it falls incomplete. That's only the 4th pass for a spread offense. Only 4 passes.
Yeah, well, like I say, Boss is such a great job when he breaks through the line. He just takes it himself and scores. I mean, he has what? Does he have all 4 touchdowns or 3 of the 4?
Didn't he throw a pass for one of them?
Like that's right, yeah, down in the corner, earlier. But
I'm sorry, it starts to blur.
It does. I mean, they're going so fast, I can't keep track.
This is why we take notes, so we can look back and try and figure out just what the heck is happening. 2nd down, Bost looks. Uh-oh, this one's just thrown away. I thought for a second he was going to throw it towards his receiver, Phelps, over on the far sideline, and if he did, that was a bad decision because Bandy's defender had broken on the ball.
Yeah, like I said, that was a smart play there. Didn't have much room to run up inside. He turned a little bit to his right, had a defender in his face, was able to just get that ball, as you mentioned, out to the sideline, past the line of scrimmage through. No intentional grounding or anything, so live to fight another day. 3rd down.
3rd and 10. Bost back to pass, throws. He's got a receiver down, going towards the corner, just a little bit too far out in front of him. Ball was intended for number 3, Lynch again.
That was a pretty pass. I can say the only person that was going to catch it would have been Lynch. If he just a little bit less on that throw, it would have been a great completion, a little out pattern.
So 3 straight incomplete passes there for Lincolnton, and now suddenly it's 4th and 10. 1:08 still to go. Clock doesn't roll very fast on incompletes. So they might be leaving a little time for Bandys here if they aren't careful. Bost drops back, pressure. He comes out, gets across the 35 to 30, and he's tackled right at the 25-yard line. That will be a 1st down.
Just enough. Half a yard. Man, he is quick. He's elusive. Again, not very big, but man, when he gets going, he's tough to bring down.
They've got him listed at 5'10", 170. I'm not sure I believe the 170 part. He's fast as they come.
Well, black is a very slimming color.
I need to try that then.
5 wides, nobody, empty backfield.
Exactly 1 minute to go in the half. Lincolnton down to the 25. Bost looking to pass, rolls, throws, just over the reach of his brother, Traylon Bost. He had him open. Pass was just a little bit too tall for him.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes. It gets brought up at breakfast tomorrow morning. If see how this ends up tonight. But
I had it, man. You missed me.
Great patience by Boss, though. He thought maybe he had a receiver going towards the pylon. But then, the other receivers were break off, and again, his brother was wide open. Not wide open, but had a chance to make that play.
Empty backfield again, flushed out of the pocket is Bost. He slips. The turf jumped up and bit him at the 22-yard line. Clock is running 46 seconds.
I think they still have one time.
He did gain 4 yards on that play. And now Lincolnton takes one of their remaining timeouts.
Yeah, I don't know how he sometimes sees some of these defensive linemen get through. He was looking left. Defensive lineman on his right was coming right at him. He just skirted right up.
Maybe it was a lookout block.
I got you. If it wasn't for the 23-yard line, he would have got a heck of a lot more yards on that one.
It's a brand new turf, so we know there's no bubbles or anything sticking up there, so can't blame that. In fact, all the turfs look great here in Lincoln County. They did the company that did all of them did a great job. The track here, they've got a nice 6-lane track. You can see all the markings clearly. So a lot of good facility upgrades here in Lincoln County.
Scoreboard is good too. Nice scoreboard. It's got some flashing, no playback or anything to help us out, but
not video yet.
Good signals.
Give them time. So third down now, 7 yards to go. The ball at the 22, 41 seconds. Boss back, flushed, and somehow he gets out. I don't know how that happened. That's going to be a crackback block.
Yeah.
That's going to be a crackback block. And now another flag's thrown.
Yeah, don't get yourself out of, I don't know if they're going to kick a field goal, but don't get out of field goal position.
Well, they just drew a second flag here on the sideline. Coach Engel is all the way down to the 15 yelling at the officials. That's probably not going to fly. So crackback is 15.
Yeah,
and then
30.
15 on the unsportsmanlike. That's going to be problematic there. Now, if you just stand there, that's one thing, but he
just got into him right at the last second. I think he was thinking, I'm going to make this block, and then a little bit too late knew he might get called for the crackback, and sure enough, too little too late.
So after a pretty disciplined start, already 5 penalties on Lincolnton now, most of them here in the late first and second quarter. As you can hear, that is not going over well with the home crowd here.
We're marking that off now.
So that takes it back to.
I think he's going to start now from the 21, 22. So that took him, to the 37?
Yeah, 21 should take it to the 36.
And now
the second penalty. Oh, this is going to be huge. So 30 yards in penalties, plus it wiped out the gain on the play. So really it's going to be close to 45 because he was down to the 5-yard line.
Yes, he's got to get to the 15 for a first down. So that's 35, 36.
Yeah, they're doing the math here quick, trying to figure out what it is. So it's going to be third. Looks like it's going to be third down and 36. Who was the referee that said he was giving him the business? That's the only thing missing on that call.
Well, I know who
he had him down was giving him the business.
I know the team that they were calling it against, and of course,
it was Buffalo, wasn't it?
It was our Bills, my Bills,
your Bills,
my Bills,
your Bills. I'm not a big NFL fan. I prefer Saturdays, but everybody has a preference. So third down and 36. .33 seconds to go. There's been a long delay trying to get this squared away. What is it with Lincolnton and Bandys in controversy late in the first half? It's craziness abounds. Boss back to pass. He's just firing one downfield. He's got a receiver, but he's out of bounds. Ooh. His left foot was out of bounds. The pass was caught by Khalil Yarborough, but his left foot was on the white line.
I thought maybe his right foot was in, but again, no video review in high school.
So that'll make it 4th down after the incomplete pass. It looked to me at first blush when he caught it, he was standing left foot on the line. As if they weren't upset enough on the home side here. Now, after that call. 4th down, 4 wide receivers to the right. Boss breaks free, throws. He's got a man downfield.
He got it.
Caught. And it's a 1st down. Unbelievable.
Number 8?
No, looks like 3. That would be Nehemiah Lynch, who's caught all the passes tonight.
I think that is number 8. Sorry. I'm going to correct you there. It was Antonio Wilson.
Oh, it was 8. Okay, I'll take your word for it. So they get the ball down to the 12-yard line. So that was a gain of 37. They needed 36. So pass is caught by number 8. Antonio Wilson, one of 4 wide receivers they had over on the right side of the formation. They flooded that side. You can't cover them all, I guess.
Yeah, just a little rollout from Boss there. I mean, almost like basically a Hail Mary here towards the end of the first half. And he was able to get that 1st down. Unbelievable.
Now that is a Turner Hauser Insurance 1st down.
Well, no timeouts left.
Yep. Out of timeouts. 1st down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Andrew Phelps trying to fire up the crowd. 3 wide receivers now to the left. 2, 3, and 8 is across the formation there. Boss back to pass. He's in the backfield. He throws, and it's caught in the corner of the end zone. Caught again by Antonio Wilson. So a touchdown late in the half here. And no flags on the play. Just making sure.
Yeah, you mentioned 2, 3, and 8 in that order. So 8 was basically the slot. 2 and 3 kind of ran short and medium in patterns, and 8 rolled out. And that was a great play call, great throw and execution by Lincolnton on that play.
So with 15 seconds left in a half, Lincolnton scores. Extra point coming up. Kick is up, and it's good. So 15 seconds to go on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Lincolnton 35, Bandys 29. We got another whole half of this coming. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com and like them on Facebook too.
Who are you going to call? Bug Busters. Since 1998, Bug Busters has been serving North and South Carolina with the very best in professional pest control. Family and veteran owned, Bug Busters is there for your pest control, crawl space, encapsulation, termites, wildlife, structural repair, and waterproofing. Just call 704-732-2227 or visit their website at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook too. Bug Busters Pest Control and Home Improvement, 2863 Highway 27 East in Lincolnton. Who you going to call? Bug Busters.
And said, hey, if you go to camp, I'll pay for it. Sanchez, deep to the 5-yard line, is fielded by Bandys. They bring it up to the 21-yard line.
Well, we'll see with 7 seconds left what Bandys does here. Of course, the way everything's going, why not throw it? Of course, we did mention Lincolnton's going to get the ball to start the second half.
I don't think we'll see the same trick play we saw last year from Bandys. I think they'll be looking for it this time. They've got a man way back. And Bandys is just going to run the clock out. They take a knee.
Number 7 for boss for Lincolnton is right. Let's wait till the clock hits 0 before we go off the
Yes,
field.
they did. It's like, we remember last year. That's the end of the first half. Finally, what an hour and a half of football. The score at the end of the first half, Lincolnton 35, Bandys 29. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Full Throttle Power Sports and Law is proud to announce the addition of Brian Lane to their sales staff. And Brian wants to take this time to invite his friends and former customers of Al Lane Motorsports in Lincolnton to come see him at Full Throttle Power Sports and Law, featuring brand names like CF Moto, Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Polaris, and more. See Brian Lane at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Law, online at ncfullthrottle.com. First Federal Savings Bank. They've been serving Lincoln County and the surrounding counties since 1940. If you're looking to build your dream home, purchase a new home, or buy land, they have the products and services for you. At First Federal Savings Bank, they want to get to know you by name and build a relationship for generations to come. Give them a call at 704-735-0416 or visit the website at ffsb-nc.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Start up the savings on your auto insurance with a stop at Turner Hauser Insurance Group in downtown Lincolnton, your area insurance agency. Jamie Hauser invites you to stop in and find out how you can save money on all of your insurance needs, from home to auto to commercial to farm to life. Visit them at their office at 228 East Main Street, downtown Lincolnton. Just look for the big blue awning. That's Turner Hauser Insurance Group, your area insurance agency. Call 704-732-9577 or visit the website at turnerhauserins.com.
Folks, if you are looking to buy a new metal building, let me tell you the place to go. Unrivaled Metal Buildings in Lincolnton. With over 20 years experience, they specialize in metal carports, garages, RV covers, storage sheds, and more. They offer bank financing and a credit-free rent-to-own program. All of their units are engineer certified to meet local wind and snow requirements. Commercial sizes are available as well. Address is 2541 East Main Street, Lincolnton, or call 844-848-8676. Also check their website out at unrivalledmetalbuildings.com.
Hey, I'm Joey Logano, and if you're looking for affordable quality equipment, James River delivers.
Whether you're mowing your lawn, hauling material, or baling hay, James River has the John Deere mowers, tractors, Gator utility vehicles, and implements you need to get it done fast. Plus, with low-rate financing and big cash rebates, James River makes owning a John Deere just as easy as it is to operate. Request a quote online at jamesriverequipment.com.
James River delivers affordable quality.
It's the all-new Nissan of Shelby, where they do the right thing. First time, every time. Nissan of Shelby now has new management, plus a big new inventory with new prices, giving you a whole new customer experience. Check their amazing lineup. Nissan Rogues and Muranos, and trucks like the Nissan Frontier and Titan, plus a wide range of pre-owned vehicles with special rates and pricing. Come to the all-new Nissan of Shelby, 631 South Post Road, right off Highway 74 East in Shelby. Online at nissanofshelby.com.
For the stadium halftime show, brought to you by Unrivaled Metal Buildings of Lincolnton. And I just spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds other than diving for a drink, but the rest of the time trying to add up all these numbers. There's just insane numbers being put up here by Andre Bost and Cash Obregon. Two people we mentioned to watch before the game. Well, you got to watch them because they're doing everything for their teams.
Yeah, like I say, I'm trying to keep track of different formations and things and what the defenses are trying to do to stop these teams. But again, that's, you've got 5 touchdowns from Lincolnton, 4 touchdowns from Bandys. The offenses are clicking. Like I said, the only thing that really is stopping either offense is that each offense has had 1 turnover. There's been a couple penalties here and there that have kind of turned the tide, and it was unbelievable there at the end of the first half that Lincolnton had a 4th and 36 and converted it to go up here at the half, 35-29, And again, they're going to get the ball here to start the second half after a wild first half.
Well, let's take a look at some of the just ridiculous numbers here. For Bandys, 88 yards rushing on, let's see, 9. I couldn't even add up the attempts. I didn't have much. I was trying just to get the yardage. Let's see, 4. I teach math. This is ridiculous. 14. 21 carries for 88 yards. And passing-wise, they threw for 177 yards, but a lot of that came really early. Late, they didn't do much. We've got 5 incompletions out of 13 passes, so 8 for 13, 177 yards. A couple touchdowns, but also an interception, and that interception came back to bite them in the rear end as they took it down the other way.
Yeah, both teams converted their interceptions into touchdowns.
And on the other side for Lincolnton, 82 yards passing, some of that late in the half, the 37-yarder to get the first down, and then the 12-yard pass for the touchdown. So the numbers don't look all that great. They're 4 for 10, but it's for 82 yards. It's just when they've had to do it. Now here's the number that's going to blow you away. 332 yards rushing in the first half.
I could bet you I know who had most of those yards.
I'll bet you do. And anybody else listening to this game for more than 10 seconds will know the same thing as well. Andre Boss, 17 carries, 254 yards. If I remember correctly, it was last year Mason Avery set the Lincoln County record of 397.
Well, they can say if Bandys is going to try to pull off this ball game, I think it's fairly obvious who they need to stop, because if Boss has anything like he did in the first half, in the second half, we could see a record-setting performance.
So 32 carries, 332 yards. They're averaging a first down per carry. This looks like some of the stuff you used to see years ago with the wishbone offense when Texas and Oklahoma first came up with it. No one knew how to stop it, and they just would rip off 10, 15, 30 yards every play. It was just insane. It looks like some of the stuff you see here. So 2 passes caught by Antonio Wilson for 59 yards, the last 2 on that drive right before the half, and then 2 earlier in the game by Khalil Yarbrough rather. 2 catches for 33 yards. That accounts for all 82 yards. 4 for 10 for Lincolnton. So let's see, penalties, 6 penalties for Lincolnton. 30. Well, technically it's 7. I wrote down 30 because they got it on one play. So technically that's 7 penalties. So 40, 50, 60 yards, 30 of them on one, and they managed to erase those.
Right, that's the one they got the first down at.
That's not bad. So we try and recap all of the touchdowns scored in the first half, but we don't have that much time. Sorry, we're going to have to go take some calls.
Well, yeah. I think Bost has at least, 3 of them rushing. He's passed for 2. Aubergeon, I think, has 2 for...
He has 2, and then...
Bandys.
There was a 2-yard run by
number 7, right?
Tanner. Yeah,
yep.
Ian Moore had a touchdown, and then Tanner Stewart had a touchdown. So I think that accounts for everybody there. Let's hope so. We don't have a tape to go back and look here, so we'll just have to do the best we can. So that'll wrap up a recap of the very highly entertaining first half.
Well, like I said, at least we're getting sort of an entertaining half. Usually the games that you and I have covered has been blowouts, but this one is, as you mentioned, one of your sign-offs is a track meet. We'll see what teams can do to adjust in the second half. Like I said, I think they tried a little bit in the second quarter, and for a second we thought maybe it would have slowed down a little bit, but then it picked right back up. The teams got after it, and
I think everybody was just catching their breath. Okay, we're ready to go again.
I'm going to look and see if there's any oxygen on either sideline.
They might need it.
But man, what an unbelievable performance there by Lincolnton in that second quarter to try
I'd
to
like
keep
to know
up
how
with
many
the
yards they
high-flying
have
Bandys.
just in the second quarter, although one of the Boss long runs was early on. So a crazy, crazy first half, and this just seems to be par for the course for these two teams. They played a very intense and crazy game last year up at Bandys. All kinds of things happened there. We went through that in the first half. So we'll be back with more on the Stadium Halftime Show. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Ram Power Days are underway now at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lincolnton. It's prime time for exclusive deals. Power Days are here. Now get $1,500 bonus cash on all new 2023 Ram 2500 and 3500 models. But that's not all. Get $4,000 consumer cash on most new 2023 Ram 1500 models. Don't miss Ram Power Days. Underway now at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincolnton.
Bennett Funeral Service is a proud supporter of Lincoln County athletics, and we wish them a successful season. Bennett Funeral Service is family owned and operated by Robbie and Rhonda Bennett, and they care about you and your family, featuring traditional funerals and cremation services. And yes, pre-planning transfers are accepted. For more information, call 828-465-2111. Visit their website at bennettfuneralservice.com. In your time of need, call upon Bennett Funeral Service, 7878 Highway 16 in Newton and 502 First Avenue South in Conover. We are here for you.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Who are you going to call? Bug Busters. Since 1998, Bug Busters has been serving North and South Carolina with the very best in professional pest control. Family and veteran owned, Bug Busters is there for your pest control, crawl space, encapsulation, termites, wildlife, structural repair, and waterproofing. Just call 704-732-2227 or visit their website at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook too. Bug Busters Pest Control and Home Improvement, 2863 Highway 27 East in Lincoln. Who you going to call? Bug Busters.
You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com and like them on Facebook too. No matter your lifestyle, Tyndall Ford in Gastonia has a car and a program just for you. Try Tyndall, trust Tyndall, and you'll love Tyndall Ford, who also happens to be the premier Roush dealer in the world. Check out the Discover Summer Sales event underway now. Ask about special financing plus cash back. And check out the selection of pre-owned vehicles. You're invited to become one of the Tyndall Ford family members today. Tyndall Ford, 1901 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at tyndallford.com. Serving this area since 1974.
We need a breath. So the band has graciously gone out in the field and given everybody a breather here. We certainly need that.
Yeah, this is basically a final score that we got up here, but we'll wait and see as both teams are getting ready to come back out on the field. And we'll see. Only adjustment that teams really need to make is on one side of the ball. They want to keep doing what they're doing on the offensive side of the ball, and that's pretty much whatever it is they want to do.
Although we did notice for Bandys, they got off to the fast start, but they have slowed down since considerably. They have not gone at the breakneck pace. They haven't completed a lot of passes here lately. They started out 7 of 8. But after the interception, if you count that, they're 1 for 5. So they've definitely slowed down a bit.
Yeah, there's been a little bit more pressure from the defensive line. You know, we mentioned Javante Walker for Lincolnton. Forced a couple early throws, especially that interception that we mentioned that led to 7 points for Lincolnton. They kind of turned the tide really in that second quarter.
They did.
And they have started to, again, roll the safety over to if there's a trip side, wide side of the field, if they're running twins. 2 receivers on each side and trying to confuse that little combination routes that Bandys tries to run. And then that's when we've seen Sweat do a little bit more running rather than throwing. But again, it has slowed them down. I think Bandys, the only punt that they have had was in that second quarter.
Right. Chris Moore came on and kind of hit a wobbler.
Oh, right.
Got to just over midfield, and that was about it. I'm trying to pull up Max Preps here. For whatever reason, I'm not getting the best signal. Trying to see if we can find some scores. And, of course, it's not helping out. So let's see what we got here. We'll see what we can do. There's other games in the area. Let me give you a rundown of what they are. In the Catawba Valley 2A here, that we've got this track meet / football game going on. You know, coaches always said if you aren't playing football, you need to be running track in the spring. Well, I guess they're running it in the fall.
Well, got to get it out of the way in combination, you know.
So,
two-way players.
So around the area, the other games in this league, West Caldwell is at Maiden. I expect Maiden to win that one. Newton Conover at East Burke, and then the other game of the night in this league, 5-0 West Lincoln, 5-0 Bunker Hill up in Claremont. That should be a battle. Those are the games this week. The next week, West Lincoln's at North Newton Conover, Bandys at Maiden. That's a rivalry game. If Bandys was looking ahead, they need to stop doing it. They got Lincolnton in front of them this week, and Lincolnton's providing quite a test. Lincolnton will be at West Caldwell, and then Bunker Hill at East Burke. So the only game that really kind of stands out on the schedule next week is Bandys at Maiden, the Southern Catawba County battle.
Like I said, we mentioned that Lincolnton had the tougher non-conference schedule, and this obviously being a conference game, but this is something Lincolnton's kind of used to. Those close games where they were down early, came back. Now they got the lead at the half. We'll see if, last week was when they were able to pull it out, if they still have that momentum and that fight to make sure that they stay up. And obviously we've seen it in that second quarter.
So we'll take another short timeout here, a 1 minute or so timeout, and we'll be back with the beginning of the second half. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week on KTC Broadcasting.
Triad Corrugated Metal in Lincolnton is this area's headquarters for premium metal roofing and supplies. And now just arrived, square tubing for metal carports and metal buildings. Give them a call at 980-429-2278 for pricing and sizes. And they have a wide variety of colors. Visit the website at triadcorrugatedmetal.com. And like them on Facebook too, Triad Corrugated Metal, 108 Industrial Park Road in Lincolnton. Since 1919, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton has been serving the Lincoln County and surrounding area. And today they continue to serve this area and beyond with quality fuels and outstanding service. In addition to fuel oil, they also carry all kinds of lubricants, from hydraulic fluid to automatic transmission fluid to farm lubricants, plus diesel fuel, home heating oil, and kerosene. That's Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincolnton. Call 704-735-2508 and online at nesbitoil.com.
Back here at Lincolnton, getting ready for the kickoff for the third quarter. Let's give you a few scores that we have from around the area.
We've got Shelby 72, Highland 0.
Ooh.
Burns 34, Bessemer City 7. A little surprise here, South Point 35, Crest 27.
South Point upset about losing to Hunter Huss last week.
Kings Mountain 28, Forest 0. East Rutherford 35, Patton 6. Polk County 28, Arrow Central 0. East Burke 13, Newton Conover 8. East Gaston 28, Jefferson 3, and Ford and Statesville tied at 8.
And if I'm going by memory, but I think if Ford were to pull this out, this would be their first victory in 27 games or something ridiculous like that.
And
got another big score.
Yeah, West Lincoln 15 and Bunker Hill 13.
Kickoff goes down to the 25-yard line. It's caught there by Antonio Wilson, who's caught everything lately. Wilson gets across the 40 out to the 42-yard line, so good field position for Lincolnton to begin the second half. And they could take care of what we talked about, score right before the half, get the ball back, and see if you can do it again.
Yeah, let's see again what kind of adjustments are made by both teams on the defensive side. We've got a little bit of a timeout here with the officials, as Coach Engel's calling the back judge over.
Not sure what this is about. Were there any other scores of note that you got on the second one there?
Guess we get
Yeah, but yeah, West Lincoln beating Bunker Hill. We thought that'd be a good ball game.
I don't know if that's right.
North Lincoln leading North Iredell easily 32-0.
Huss 21, Kramer 0. That's New Ashbrook 21, North Gaston 7, Freedom 21, High Brighton 7.
That's unusual. High Brighton's really dropped off here the last couple years.
Mountain Island 22, Winston-Salem Prep 0. And Carver 20.
Winston-Salem Community School of Davidson.
And Christ King 30, Pine Lake Prep 26.
Wow, they got a game like ours. High scoring and close. So we're ready to start the third quarter, brought to you by Bug Busters of Lincolnton, our title sponsor. Lincolnton with the ball at their own 42. Hand off to Heath. He goes to the right side, not much there. Maybe gets across the line of scrimmage for a yard. That's it.
Again, very early, first play. Sam Hill for Bandys on the stop there, but we're maybe seeing a little bit more gap control here. Teams, Bandys trying to get up into the gaps, blitzing. That was first play. We'll wait to see what that continues.
Heath again tries to go around the left side, breaks one tackle, pulls away a little bit. He gets out to the 46-yard line. So again, another short gain there. Gain of 3.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Lincolnton a little bit more of a running type of team. Maybe trying to get a little bit wide here, shoot some gaps, try to keep Boast inside those tackles.
That's what we were asking Angle about in the Coach Angle in the interview is like you're a spread team, but you run it more. He's trying to spread the field out. Here's Bost. He goes around the left side, scoots out of bounds, but he's going to be well short of the first down, only gets to the 47. So maybe 1 on that one. So not much there. Is it going to be a 3 and out here for Lincolnton?
We've got fourth and
about
6,
5
or
yeah.
6.
Decent amount. It's kind of some confusion here.
Yeah,
There's still 26 on the play clock. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, we did sort of see that again in that first half. Bandy's defensive line trying to string out Boast, try to keep them wide, going east-west rather than north-south.
10 on the play clock, plenty of time. Bost rolls to the right. He's looking downfield. Now he's just looking for the first down. He's going to have it at more. He's out across the 40, out of bounds at the 37-yard line, so a good gain there. Gain of 16 on that one. Is looking like it was going to be a pass, but then he runs and gets the Turner Hauser Insurance first down at the plus side of the field on the 37.
Yeah, I think he did have number 3, Lynch, kind of running an out pattern, but again, smart play, just had nobody in front of him as he rolled out and was able to pick up that first down rather easily.
Full house backfield here, different formation. Heath gets it from the and bowls his way across the 30 to the 29-yard line. That's the first time we've seen that formation tonight.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned earlier in the first half kind of a wishbone type of look. That looked like 3 backs pretty much straight across.
Yeah, just straight across instead of the fullback up from the halfbacks.
Staying with it. Tight end in there as well.
Heath again. Finds an opening, works his way through, gets across the 25 to the 22. Another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Gain of 7 on that play. So 15 on the last 2 runs since they went to that formation.
Yeah, again, I think they're just trying a little bit of that ball control. They've been doing a great job running the ball, again, especially pretty much from that second quarter on.
Yeah, you've got 330 yards in one half. You're running the football. Toting the rock, as they say. So another first down. Same formation. Boss this time. He's got a man open downfield. Pass is caught. He
Just
stumbles.
Cloninger.
Carson Cloninger, 3 times they had run that play, suckered the defense in. Cloninger breaks behind the pack, catches the ball, stumbles, and falls at the 1-yard line. So a gain of 28 on that pass.
That's great play calling there. Like as you mentioned, they ran that formation 3 times, all runs, then a little play action.
Handoff up the middle. Touchdown, Lincolnton.
Is that Walker, 55?
Trying to see who. 55, it was.
They might be going for
Javante Walker with a touchdown plunge from 1 yard out.
This is 12, yeah, so to make 13, yeah. I guess eventually you got to go for 2 since Bandys went for 2 earlier with the penalty on Lincolnton.
Yeah, so those will put it up to 2 full touchdowns and extra points. Bost, quick pitch. He's got it to Carson Cloninger. Cloninger walks into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, early in the third quarter, it's Lincolnton 43, Bandys 29. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
That was
First Federal Savings Bank. They've been serving Lincoln County and the surrounding counties since 1940. If you're looking to build your dream home, purchase a new home, or buy land, they have the products and services for you. At First Federal Savings Bank, they want to get to know you by name and build a relationship for generations to come. Give them a call at 704-735-0416 or visit the website at ffsb-nc.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flip through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincolnton. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their mini floor plans. There's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincolnton. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
By Amari Sims around the 5-yard line. He brings it all the way out to the 34 before he's run out of bounds. And we've got a little break in the action here. One of the players for Bandys went down immediately. Leg went up in the air and they were grabbing at the calf, so that's usually the symbol of a cramp.
Yeah, a little surprising. It's kind of early here in the second half. You wonder what they were properly hydrating at the at halftime. Looks like he's coming up.
And it's number 15 on our roster. That's Finn Austin. So Austin is helped off the field, walking a little stiffly. Not surprising after a cramp. Those things are painful. Calf cramps.
Yeah, he's struggling to get to the bench. Surprised nobody's helping.
First and 10 for Bandys at their own 34. Sweat fakes the pitch, rolls out, throws. He's got a receiver, catch is made. Looks to be number 8, Scotty Miley. 5, Hendrickson. Okay, they're close enough. So that's a little better start for them now. Gain of 12 and a first down.
Yeah, a little fake toss, roll out by Sweat.
Handoff. That's going nowhere. That's Stewart. He tried to go up the middle. He may think about trying that again sometime.
Yeah, kind of like Bandys kind of started their defensive possession start the second half. They blitzed, and that time Rangel for Lincolnton kind of did the same thing, was able to shoot that I think it might have been the B gap. He was kind of a little bit wider between the guard and the tackle and was able to make that play. Great job by Rangel.
Sweat, same play, fakes, goes to around the left, runs out of bounds. He was looking downfield. He had 4 receivers, all down in that area, but none of them open. So he just tucks it away, runs, and gets a gain of about 4 yards.
3rd and 5.
Yeah, they gave him 1 on the first down and play, and then 4 there, so 3rd and 5. They've moved across midfield to the Lincolnton 48-yard line. 2 wide receivers each side, and we're going to have movement on Bandys. The slot receiver on the far side of the field flinched. So 3rd and 5 is going to become 3rd and 10.
Yeah, like I said, one of the things that Lincolnton was doing pretty much in that second quarter was going from 2 deep safety to the 1 deep, a little bit more coverage in the sort of the second level, pretty much where the linebackers are out to the corners. We'll see again if they roll to the trip side. Looks like they might be rolling. Here they go.
Sweat eludes the defender, and not for long. He was looking to throw downfield. He was going to throw no matter what. He wasn't going to try and run the ball, and he got sandwiched at the 45-yard line. So that'll be a sack on the play and a loss of 2. And 4th down, forced by Lincolnton here. Already up 2 scores early in the second half. Get the ball back, punch another one in here, and get a pretty good hold on this game, at least for now.
Yeah, he was rolling out, and Cloninger was kind of staring at him, and Heath kept his pursuit up on the backside, was able to make that sack.
Moore back to punt, snap, kick, kind of an end over end, bounces at the 29, takes a good bounce for Bandys inside the 20, and finally waddles to a stop at the 14-yard line, where Lincolnton will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, kind of got rid of it quick, just put a little top spin on that punt, try to get the roll out of it, especially on this turf. You're going to get more favorable bounces than you might on some natural grass areas.
Is there a flag down?
Well, we do have the officials conferring about something.
I do not see a flag anywhere. I didn't when the play was going on either. Oh, way back on the far side.
Okay.
Over on the 44-yard line.
I think
there was a little cat and mouse game going out there between the defender and the coverage man, trying to get an angle on each other.
I thought he was kind of signaling motion on the punt.
Bandys.
On Bandys, yeah. So they're bringing it back.
I think it was that out there. They were jockeying back and forth trying to get leverage around the other one, and I guess he might have been moving at the snap. So now they have to mark off the penalty. There we go. So 5 yards for procedure. I don't know why I notice weird things like that, but I do.
Well, now they don't have enough men.
They just kicked it. How did they not have enough?
You must not have seen the flag like we took a while for us to see.
Well, that's true. Okay, I'll cut him some slack.
Of course,
some more?
Yeah, we're back here a little bit.
And some more tries this one. This one goes straight up in the air. Gets a little bit of a bounce. But this one's going to be down at the 32-yard line. The other one was inside the 15. So,
18-yard difference or so?
It's 5 yards officially, but it's 18 yards when it comes to field position. So Lincolnton takes over. Still 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, sometimes you wonder if you want to, assess some of those penalties, but I think that was an easy call by Lincolnton, Coach Angle. Make him re-kick it. And again, made 18 yards on that play without doing really much of anything.
You got to like that. So Phelps comes off the side here. Again, same full house backfield set. Heath goes through an opening. He breaks a tackle across the 50 out to the 40-yard line. Good run by Heath there. Got through the first level, and then there wasn't anybody home at the second level.
Yeah, it looked like Evan Turner, well, that's 85, not 81. So it looked like it was Coder Cerventi for Bandys. Got through and had a chance to at least stop him near the line of scrimmage, but Heath was able to just run right through that tackle and get that Turner Hauser first down.
26 yards on the carry. Ball now at the Bandys' 42-yard line. Quick pitch goes to Carson Cloninger. He bursts over a lineman on the right side, but he's brought down.
I think it was Rangel.
Rangel.
Now, obviously, again, they're trying to do this ball control, but they're getting huge chunks, even in this formation. I mean, that was maybe 3.5, but again, they hit the 26-yarder on that first play out of that formation. Bandys has to be careful because the last time they ran this formation and ran the ball 3 or 4 times, they suckered them in and was able to run that little play action pass. See what Lincolnton does here.
Second down, clock rolling at full house backfield again. Pitch to Heath. He's got blockers in front of him. He gets across the 35, through the left side, down to the 33-yard line. Nice chunk of yardage there, 6 yards on that play.
Brings up, what, a 3rd and short, 3rd and long one? Again, they're in no hurry. Again, this is kind of what we thought maybe early on they would do, but now that they're up 14, work the clock, make sure you get a good play call.
Keep it away from Bandys.
Keep it away from Bandys.
That high-powered offense it's kind of bogged down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the last time they scored. That was early, or at least the middle of that second quarter. So
yeah.
They've gone a huge chunk here without even doing much of anything.
Handoff up the middle. Number 55.
Walker.
Javante Walker. And he just drags some people with him. He gets down to the 25-yard line, and it's another Turner Hauser Insurance first down.
This is kind of reminding me a little bit of the Hickory East Lincoln game where Lackey for Hickory they just put him in the backfield in that second half and just.
Well, they're kind of doing that.
Lincoln.
They got a two-headed monster. They got Walker in there. Heath's just pounding away at him. It does look reminiscent of that.
But again, the important thing is keeping Bandy's offense off the field, and if they can get another score here, well, then it's going to be a tall order for Bandys.
Boss under center, pitch. Heath around the outside, gets shoved out of bounds after a short gain, about 3 on that play. And on that 26-yard run a couple plays ago, Heath went over 100 yards. He's now got 17 carries for 111 yards. And you throw in the 271 now for Andre Boss. It's just insane, these numbers.
Yeah, Ian Moore and Tanner Stewart there for Bandys came up on Heath, and Heath just ran right through those two. Get to the outside and was pushed out of bounds after picking up 3 yards. But again, more importantly, keep the clock moving. Keep moving the chains if they can.
Handoff again. Not much there. Might be a loss of about a half a yard.
Yeah, I don't know if 58 for Bandy Sigmund. I think that was Rangel that ran the ball. I think he's the one that's down. Kind of tackled him and landed on his feet. I don't know if he got his ankles or what. Sometimes you see that when they make a tackle, they land on their feet, kind of pull them back. And that kind of looked like what happened to Rangel on that play.
Yeah, Rangel is the one down. It's currently on the 25-yard line. I think we'll be a bit of a delay here, so why don't we take a quick timeout on the Lincoln County Game of the Week on KTC Broadcasting.
There's some big deals going on now at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincolnton. Save big, and we mean big, on 4 remaining 2023 Buick Encore GXs. Plus, take $3,000 off any remaining 2023 Buick Enclave. And remaining 2023 Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra trucks are $1,500 off. Yes, these prices are red hot at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC. 1445 East Main Street, Lincolnton. Online at AbernathyChevrolet.com. Where you get your tag does make a difference. At the North Carolina DMV Tag Office in Lincolnton, they want to make sure your tag purchase experience is a pleasant one. They're located at 2683 East Main Street in Lincolnton in the Carolina Shopping Center. It's big and spacious, and they have plenty of attendants to help serve you. They want to get you in and out as fast as possible. The North Carolina DMV Tag Office at 2683 East Main Street in the Carolina Shopping Center, Lincolnton. Like them on Facebook, too.
Is helped to the sidelines. Training staff will take a look at him. Meanwhile, it's 3rd and 8 for Lincolnton at the 24-yard line. Boss will just call his own number. He goes around the left side. He's to the 20, the 10, the 5, just pushed out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. So another 21 yards rushing for Andre Bost. He's up to 392 yards. Or 292. It just seems like 392. So almost at 300 yards now for Bost on the game. And it's 1st and goal for Lincolnton at the 3-yard line. And as Scott mentioned, 3 touchdowns up and playing ball control offense like this, it's going to be a tall order for Bandys to come back.
Yeah.
Even as high-powered as they are.
Well, like I said, they haven't done anything in pretty much more than a quarter now on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not even sure they have that many first downs, if any. 1 or 2 at most. Back to their traditional offense.
Handoff goes to Heath. He goes over the right side, and he's in for the touchdown. Another Whitetail Properties Insurance touchdown for Lincolnton, and it's 49-29 with a James River Equipment of Shelby extra point upcoming.
Yeah, again, sort of back to their traditional spread offense, and you might think they would try to run it or at least get Bost out to the trip side. That was just a straight off tackle play to Heath, and he just barreled right in for the easy score.
So we're
short a man.
Yeah, maybe that's where Rangel was supposed to be playing.
Yeah, they better make sure they do something when they get.
Yeah, they're down to
4.
Side. 3, 2, snap, hold, kick is up, and it's pounded home. And the extra point is good, so the Wolves have hung half 100, as Barry Switzer used to say, on Bandys. With 4:02 to go in the 3rd quarter, it's Lincolnton 50, Bandys 29. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
There's some big deals going on now at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincolnton. Save big, and we mean big, on 4 remaining 2023 Buick Encore GXs. Plus, take $3,000 off any remaining 2023 Buick Enclave. And remaining 2023 Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra trucks are $1,500 off. Yes, these prices are red hot at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC, 1445 East Main Street, Lincolnton. Online at AbernathyChevrolet.com. Where you get your tag does make a difference. At the North Carolina DMV Tag Office in Lincolnton, they want to make sure your tag purchase experience is a pleasant one. They're located at 2683 East Main Street in Lincolnton in the Carolina Shopping Center. It's big and spacious, and they have plenty of attendants to help serve you. They want to get you in and out as fast as possible. The North Carolina DMV Tag Office at 2683 East Main Street in the Carolina Shopping Center, Lincolnton. Like them on Facebook, too.
To Bandys is pulled out of bounds. We know about that on the golf course, pulling shots out of bounds. So the penalty will put the ball at the 35-yard line for Bandys. Be 1st and 10. Now trailing by 3 touchdowns, 50-29.
Yeah, we said no. We know that Rangel obviously did some good job running there on the offense, but he's very important on this side of the ball, the defensive side.
Sweat fakes, I guess he was supposed to hand it off. No one to give the ball to, and he's tackled at the 29-yard line. Miscommunication on that play.
Yeah, well, what Lincolnton has done now is that they've gone down to 3 defensive linemen. Looks like 35, Zay Coleman is in for the wrangle position for Lincolnton, and they've got 6 defensive backs.
Is daring Bandys to run, and they really haven't done very much running the ball. 1 35-yard run, that's it. Sweat keeps it, rolls left. He's going to run with it, heads for the sidelines, and safety. He gets out at the 39-yard line, so he gets the loss of 6 back, plus 4 more. It'll make third down a little bit more manageable at 3rd and 6.
Yeah, I think, like you say, they're more than content to let Bandys run the ball. They have to keep the clock moving. Of course, Sweat, pretty smart, got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
Keep this up, we're going to be past my bedtime. We're still in the 3rd quarter. Sweat in the shotgun, no one back, throws a pass, quick out, juggled and caught. That's number 7. I see Ian Moore's back in the game.
Yeah, pushed out by Wilson, the cornerback. Again, they're 3 down linemen, pretty much playing wide 5s with a nose tackle. 55 Walker, one of the linebackers, again with 35. Looks like they pushed Walker up to the nose tackle position. Now Cloninger, and then our sub, Zay Coleman, is in at linebacker for Lincolnton.
5 yards there is enough for a Turner Hauser Insurance first down, and they run it up the middle. Good line surge. Ball carried by Stewart, and he wasn't brought down until he got to the back of his offensive lineman and the 48-yard line. So gain of 6 for Stewart on that carry. Sweat, again, rolls out, goes around the left side, heads for the sideline. He's pushed out of bounds. He gets down to the 34-yard line, so that will be another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. 14-yard run on that play.
Yeah, well, again, like I say, they're just begging Bandys to run it with only the 3 down linemen. Another, just like the timeout here by Lincolnton.
You can see if they can make an adjustment here. 2:34 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Rangel's got his shoe off. No tape job on that left ankle. I don't know. Might be that he's done and for the night, the way it's looking, but we'll see what happens. But again, just 6 defensive backs for Lincolnton, making sure they don't give up the big play. Of course, now they're giving up big chunks of running, but
yeah, it's been 10, 6 by Stewart, then another 14 there by Sweat. So they have it 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. They've steadily marched down the field here. Lincolnton spends one of their timeouts to slow the onslaught here. 1 back in the backfield, 4 wide receivers, 3 wide to the right. Sweat takes it, and he's just going to run with this one again. Again, around the left side, breaks through an opening, gets inside the 20, the 10. He's finally run out of bounds. It looked like he was going to be stopped there, found a little crease, and got another 10, 12 yards after that. It's going to be 1st and goal, a Turner Hauser Insurance first down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
yeah, I would imagine they may go back to a little bit more with a little bit less field, more of a conventional 4 down. Looks like that's what they're doing.
26-yard gain there. Bandys knocking at the door, pitch to Stewart around the left side. Burrows underneath, a couple of fumbles.
Saying he's down.
Well, they're saying he's down by contact, so Bandys will retain it. Stewart did get down to the 2-yard line. Gain of 6, and it's 2nd and goal from the 2. And they're going to the line of scrimmage quickly. One back in the backfield. Sweat keeps it, follows his center. I don't think he got there. Signal is he's going to be short about half a yard.
And again, Lincolnton's okay with this as long as that clock keeps moving. Get out of this third quarter.
1:36 to go, still in the third quarter. Sweat pitches it to Stewart, goes around the right side, and he walks in the end zone. Touchdown, Bandys. Another Whitetail Properties Properties of Falston touchdown, and it's 50-35 with the extra point by Chris Moore upcoming. Points after touchdown brought to you by James River Equipment of Shelby. Chris Moore on to attempt. Hold will be by Wesson, the backup quarterback and wide receiver. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. 1:25 to go in the third quarter. Bandys is closed within 2 touchdowns now. It's 50-36. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Take your pick on a brand new Bobcat mower from West End Sales in Vail. Pick 0% APR on financing for 60 months or get an $800 instant rebate. You just take your pick and pick out your new Bobcat mower. Take a look at a Bobcat ZT2000, $500 instant cash rebate. A Bobcat ZT3000, $700 instant cash rebate. Or the Bobcat ZT3500 with an $800 instant rebate. See them today at West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail. Online at westendSales.com. Like them on Facebook too. No matter your lifestyle, Tyndall Ford in Gastonia has a car and a program just for you. Try Tyndall, trust Tyndall, and you'll love Tyndall Ford, who also happens to be the premier Roush dealer in the world. Check out the Discover Summer Sales event underway now. Ask about special financing plus cash back. And check out the selection of pre-owned vehicles. You're invited to become one of the Tyndall Ford family members today. Tyndall Ford, 1901 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at TyndallFord.com, serving this area since 1974.
Coach Jason Barnes rolling the dice a little bit. An onside kick in the third quarter. Moore gets it across the 50-yard line, so it went 10 yards, but Cavante, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, Cavaje Nixon falls on it. So Lincolnton will get possession at their own 49-yard line. So good field position. Boss calls his own number. Gets across midfield. Gain of 3 to the 48. So we're going to keep a running total here on Boss to see what he's up to now. 295 yards on 21 carries. Again, that's unofficial. Someone will go back and look at all of this, but I'm just kind of adding up as we go. Yeah, I'm usually close, but not. I might miss a yard or two.
Running more of their traditional offense again with Rangel on the sideline.
Quick pitch. Out at the corner, it's Traylon Boss. Takes the pitch from his brother Andre. He gets to the 47-yard line, so that's a well-earned 1 yard on that play.
Important thing is the clock's moving. They don't have to run a play here.
So 15 seconds left, 20 on the play clock. So Lincolnton just standing around. They're going to let it run out. So that'll be the end of the third quarter. Your score on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincolnton 50, Bandys 36. You're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Take your pick on a brand new Bobcat.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Back here at Lincolnton, fourth quarter's underway, brought to you by Bug Busters of Lincolnton, our title sponsor. Bost is the ball carrier on that play. He gets from the 47 to the 46, so he only gets one on that play. So that's 296 in the books now. There's some interesting scores here.
Yeah, Bunker Hill 21, West Lincoln 15.
We understand that's a final, so Bunker Hill pulls that out, defeating West Lincoln. That is our understanding. It is a final. Yes. And Kevin Hastings back in the studio says yes. So quick kick here by Bost. No one back for Bandys. He gets it down to the 10-yard line, so good decision there. Ball is down at the 9-yard line. So let's take a look at some of the other scores around the area. A lot of these will probably be finals because we've still got 11 minutes to go here, and it is almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we got North Lincoln 53, North Iredale 7. Huss 35, Kramer 7, Hickory 40, St. Stephen 17. Gonna skip a couple of these, try to find something close to home.
West Iredale.
Yeah, South Point 42, Crest 42. East Rutherford 48, Patton 6.
You know, West Lincoln leading East Lincoln 10-2? That sounds like a baseball score. So 1st and 10 for Bandys at their own 9-yard line. Sweat rolls out, just eludes a defender in the backfield. And I'm not sure what happened there at the end of the play. Okay, Sweat threw the pass.
Yeah, it was 44, another substitute for Lincolnton.
And it's going to be incomplete.
Jamaris Wilson was the one that got through the line, forced him to throw that a little earlier than he wanted, and there was nobody in the vicinity of that pass.
Sweat under center. Again, rolls out to the right, looks, throws. He's got a receiver. It's Obregon. That's the first we've called his name since the first half. Probably the first quarter.
Yeah, a little lucky there as Lynch, the corner for Lincolnton, fell down at about the 25-yard line. I think if Obregon knew that he was down on the ground, he was sort of toe-tapping there on the sideline.
Yeah, I think he had to anyway. It looked like that one was a little outside. He was probably reaching out to get it. But it'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down. The ball is now out to the 22-yard line. Sweat again back to pass. They're going to have to throw almost every down now. He keeps it, goes up the middle, turns it back a little, gets across the 25 to the 26.
Again, one of those subs, Wilson for Lincolnton. Good pursuit from the defensive end position. Again, they're in that 3 down linemen, 6 backs, 2 linebackers sort of formation. I call it almost a prevent defense at this point, but like I said, I think it's a little, maybe a little early.
Yeah, still 10 minutes to go. That's a lot of time. Same play, Sweat, rolls, looks, avoids a defender. There's a player for Lincolnton who was chasing after him without his hat. Sweat does keep the ball and runs up the sideline, steps out of bounds at the 36. It'll be another first down for Bandys.
Got a Lincolnton player down, I think.
Yeah, Walker lost his hat and was chasing after Sweat. It looked weird. It was like, who's got the black helmet? Then I realized he didn't have the helmet. It was his hair we could see.
Can't tell what number that is for Lincolnton that's down. I see 3 over here. I see 8.
And the training
7.
staff is all around him, so we can't use the old rangefinder and see what's going on. So the ball got up to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 12 on that carry.
Well, we do know that a lot of Lincolnton players are going both ways. So at this point of the game, as you mentioned, we're 2.5 hours in to this game. Rangel's already out for Lincolnton, and he's not coming back in. So, again, try to keep some substitutes, try to keep these guys as fresh as possible to finish this game. Only up 14 points, 50-36, with just under 10 minutes to go here in the game.
Fortunately, at this point, Bandys is 62 yards away from the end zone and only being one full score behind. We've got another update here. East Lincoln and West Iredell are tied at 17, so that wasn't 10-2.
Would have been a typo. Looks like number 9 or 4.
I can't tell, and I've got the rangefinder on them, so I'm not sure here. I think that's 9.
Yeah, Tigra Owens.
I think it is. Now 4 is over here.
Yeah, it's got to be 9 then. Yeah, it's a 9. Now you got close.
Yep. Well, the only reason I knew is because number 4, Traylon Bost, was walking out to play defense. So I was like, well, it can't be the same person.
It does get Walker to come back into play, though, after losing his helmet.
Okay, 1st and 10. We resume. Handoff, Stewart. Spicer was carrying early for them, but Stewart's been the bell cow here lately. And he goes up the middle, gets a nice gain of 5 yards. The only problem is it takes time off the clock. Although we still have 9.5 minutes. I think somebody stops the clock too much here. Direct snap to Sweat. He keeps it. Is this Sweat? No, this is Wesson. No, it's Sweat again. It's tough, these numbers here. So nice run by Sweat. He calls his own number, goes up the middle, breaks it to the left sideline, gets down to the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 29 on that play.
Yeah, so they're running.
And he's now at 124 yards on the game.
4 receivers to the right side.
Rolls, throws down in the end zone, and it's intercepted in the end zone. He was looking for, looks like Cash Obregon in the corner. He was looking for Obregon. Good coverage on the underneath, and a safety came across the top and makes the interception and cleans out the underneath coverage at the same time.
Yeah, it looks like Yarborough was the one that was hit after the interception by number 3, Lynch, on a great play. Go up and get that one. I'd like to see the receiver work a little harder to get that ball, but that's Lincolnton's gain on that one.
So the second interception of the game by Sweat, and it gives Lincolnton the ball. They'll have it at their own 20-yard line on the touchback. Interception in the end zone.
I think Lincolnton's using another timeout. It might be more of a rest break, make sure with some of the subs and injuries that they've got enough players and the right players in. Try to get one of these long drives to kill some clock. I did see Walker come in, so I wonder if they're going to try to go back maybe to that 3-back set with a tight end.
Grind out some first downs and grind out some
clock. Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see what they do.
So I imagine we have hit the 10 o'clock hour. Is my bedtime? No, it's not. It only seems like it.
It's just still shorter than the game at Forest View that we had. So maybe.
But it's I don't know. It's going to get close because that was
10:15.
I think it finished.
Was it okay? I thought maybe we were. Let's like at 10:30. But this one may still get to 10:30 anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we've had, what, 12 touchdowns. I mean, we're due for a couple more here. Hand off to Heath over the left side. They're just going to try and plow the earth here. Gain of 1 on that play.
Yeah, they're in that little straight across running back set with a tight end. And we know Heath's one of them. We know Walker's one of them. Looks like Cloninger might be the third running back there for Wrangell.
Now Walker's there. Looks like another lineman. No, it's Heath. Walker, Heath.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
That's Walker straight up the gut.
Yes, Cloninger straight up the pike there. Cloninger, who wears number 14, takes that straight up the gut. Ball was on the 21-yard line. He got all the way out to the 49.
And they'll tack on the horse collar penalty on top of it.
So Cloninger gets 29 yards. The horse collar will be another 15.
On the 35-yard line with 8:14 to go. Clock should start up there. Well, did for a second. Plus with the penalty, I'm still moving the chains. There it goes.
All right.
And now they're definitely in no hurry. They're down here.
They're looking to see how much time's on the clock, play clock. Let's kill all of it but 2 seconds. Play clock at 15. They haven't even broken the huddle yet.
Should be
Smart
down,
move here.
Yeah, 7:40, 7:38.
Snap at 5 seconds, so well done by Lincolnton there. Heath takes the ball, goes through the left side, bulls his way through a couple defenders, gets all the way down to the 27-yard line. Another 8 yards for Heath on that play. And while it's not a lot of yardage that Lincolnton has run up in this half, they've run a lot of clock. I've got Heath for about 70 yards in this half. And, you got the run by Cart and Cloninger there for 29. You've got another 40, 50 yards for Boss. So it's not the gaudy numbers they had in the first half, but it's very efficient in keeping the clock going. Heath again over the left side, going behind their favorite blockers. Gets across the 25. It'll be another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Another 5-yard gain for Heath.
Yeah, again, they're just no hurry. Well, I'd like to see them kind of maybe put this, when they hand it off, to kind of put it in his gut. He's kind of doing a little toss. It's been effective, but makes me nervous just kind of watching it. Instead of kind of sticking it in his gut, he's just doing a little toss to him. But again, clock running, 6:30 to go.
First and 10, ball on the 23. Handoff straight up the middle. Not much there, and then the pile surges forward and continues to surge. Finally, they drag him down. Walker's just having too much fun running the ball and doesn't want to hand it off.
He's not used to, I don't think, running it this much, so yeah, he's kind of.
This is fun.
This is my ball. I'll get this to the house.
I'm not going to give this to the ref till I have to. And he gets 4 or 5 yards on that play. He ran off probably another 5, 6 seconds, just not going down. And again.
Yeah, both coming to the sideline to get the play call. Make sure they get the right play.
Why not?
Work the clock, yep. 15 on the clock, play clock.
You got the time? Might as well use it. So everybody in tight, 3 backs, Bost fakes, rolls back, throws. He's got a receiver in the end zone. And the catch is made, touchdown.
Number 9, Owens.
So Owens catches the pass for a touchdown.
That was a pretty gutsy play call there by Coach Angle.
That is.
Again, running the clock and getting chunk yards anyways. I mean, but
about a 22-yard touchdown there.
Thought maybe he'd just go for it all right then and there and try to put this out of reach.
And I think they just did. So the extra point is up and good. And on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's Lincolnton 57, Bandys 36. We'll be back with more on the Lincoln County Game of the Week.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
Sanchez is fielded inside the 10-yard line. Good return out to the 33-yard line, but it's going to be 1st and 10 for Bandys at their own 33, but they're trailing by 3 touchdowns and only 5 minutes to go in the ball game. We thought this might be a high-scoring game, but Lincolnton with explosion. How much had Bandys given up this year, you said?
86.
Well, they're giving up 2/3 of that tonight. Sweat keeps the ball, fakes, gets around the left side, breaks a tackle across the 45 and out of bounds at the 47. Another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. And we've said that how many times tonight? So Turner Hauser Insurance is getting their money's worth.
And so is the Whitetail Properties of
yes,
Ballston.
them too.
Yeah, we can see Lincolnton just maybe widen out those tackles a little bit, try to keep Sweat at least contained and try to tackle him inbounds.
This time Sweat rolls left, turns up. He's going to keep it. He's past the line of scrimmage, directing traffic downfield, hops out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Another 15 yards. Sweat now up over 150 for the game. 19 carries for 151 yards, by far their best ball carrier of the night.
Well, we're going to have an issue when we have to pick an offensive player of the game. I think.
No, I don't think we will.
I think we can pick an overall player of the game.
Yes, we can. That's for sure. He might be offensive.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will be.
Yeah,
he's 2 to 1 guy.
Too. Sweat back to pass, cannot get away from Kamani Heath, who blows through his line, the lineman blocking him, and tackles Sweat for a 9-yard loss.
Well, like I said, that's one of the things I was trying to mention. That's widen out a little bit, try to at least keep Sweat contained. If he's going to break, try to go up the middle so they can tackle him inbounds. Whether he gets positive yards, at this point it doesn't matter. What matters is the ticker, the clock. And not just because it's past our bedtime, but because,
You're only saying that because I just sat here and yawned.
Yeah,
You're picking on me. I know.
Well, the sun is coming up.
Sweat eludes a man in the backfield, gets around to the outside across the 40, 30, gets to the 32 and jogs out of bounds, so he gets a lot of the lost yardage back on that one. Gain of 19 on that one. Again, they're content to do that, keep him in front, although he is ripping off some nice chunks of yardage.
Well, like you say, one of the subs for Lincolnton, number 35 there, Zay Coleman, who's in for Wrangell. I think he might be a JV player. You can't tell, but
right.
I think he's doing his best to try to keep it. And the coaches are coaching him up, making sure that he gets outside, forces him back to the inside where all the help is coming from. And
Wrangell has not moved from his perch on the training table. So Sweat back. He's pressured immediately, throws, catch is made, and dropped.
Yeah.
Pass was intended for number 81, Evan Turner. It's the first time they tried to throw to a tight end in that regard.
Yeah, that time it was Cloninger. But again, a lot of these guys going both ways. Cloninger's got his hands on his knees, or at least they're there for a little bit. I don't blame him when you're, again, going both ways, and we're coming up on 2 hours, 45 minutes of game time.
Yeah, he's walking a little gingerly. I don't know if it's a slight injury or exhaustion or a little of both. Sweat calls his own number, just sits behind the line, dances, and doesn't go anywhere. He's wrapped up by Walker in the backfield. Very, very generous spot on where he was wrapped up.
Now they're moving him back. That is a sack.
Gain of or loss of 1.
Yeah, just now that they've moved it.
Because they started back at the 35. Now they're moving it forward in front of another foot.
A whole ball.
A football.
A football.
Of course. And I believe it's only 11.5 inches. I don't know why. It should be 12, right?
Well, we don't metric, so that's
we don't
right.
kick it enough. So okay, Sweat back to pass, keeps it, turns it upfield, gets down to the 25, where he's upended there. So he gets down to the 26, gain of 6 yards on that one.
Well, 4th down. Yeah, I think Sweat's just kind of waiting for everybody to clear out on their routes, and then he just runs it, just takes off.
Problem is they've killed 2.5 of the 5 minutes that were left doing this. Their clock is still running. 3 timeouts for Bandys. They're not using them at the moment. Sweat, low snap, catches it, throws in the end zone, and ball hawking in the back of the end zone. Lincolnton picks him off again. This time it looks to be Andre Phelps.
That's his second.
Yep, that's picked off by Phelps. So yet another interception. Same kind of play. Throws it towards the corner of the end zone. Good coverage underneath. Phelps or whoever the safety is comes across the top and makes the play. And that will put this one away. So Jason Barnes can take his 3 timeouts with him, because they're not going to need to use them.
Well, we did mention one of the things that Lincolnton was trying to do again was roll over. Anytime he rolled out, they would roll over to the wide side or to the rollout side. And yeah, I think they were able to come up with 2 of the 3 interceptions by that little slight adjustment from the safety. And Phelps, I mean, I've got him down for 3 tackles, an assist, 2 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions by that adjustment from Coach Engel and Lincolnton Wolves.
So after a fast start for Bandys, Lincoln has pretty much dominated. Yeah, they've given up a score here or there, but they've really seemed in control since about the beginning of the second quarter.
Well, I mean, it was, 35-29 at the half, so they've
Yeah.
only given up the 1 touchdown and scored 3 themselves with a 2-point conversion thrown in there. Must be one of those scoregami scores that you kind of see when something happens. 7 in a 6, 57-36.
So a bit of a delay here. Okay, we're finally ready to play. 1st and 10 at the 20. Looks like the victory formation. Now, Boss keeps it. Runs a little bit of clock. Gets stood up at the 16-yard line. So he'll lose 4 on that. And that drops him back away from the 200 mark. He's down to only 292 yards now. Slacker.
Jeez, got to go forward, man.
Yeah. Come on, Coach. You got to get him about 8 yards. Get to 3 bills.
I'm wondering why they just don't take a knee. But it looks like Bandys is not going to use their timeout, so maybe the victory formation will come now.
Yeah, they're down 3 touchdowns. There's no use calling them now. Lincolnton coaches have already come off the top of the press box. Just hand off in the middle. And again, I'm not sure why they would even hand it off at this point. Just drop down, take a knee. That's it. You've got 40 seconds here, 40 seconds on the next one. One more kneel down, and that should be enough. There's only going to be 26 seconds difference. So it looked like Heath on that carry there. He got one of them back. And we're under a minute to go, finally.
I'm wondering if they're just running the ball just to make sure that, like like the game last year in the first half, not going to try to fake anything. Maybe just so they don't call a timeout to try to get the ball back. But we'll see. We never know.
Yes, you don't know. Play clock down to 4. And this time, they go to the victory formation. Boss takes a knee, and that will be the final play of the ball game. And a very entertaining, high-scoring football game between Lincolnton and Bandys. 10 seconds to go on the clock, but it's going to run out, and the final score is going to be Lincolnton 57, Bandys 36. We'll be back with the Stadium Post-Game Show brought to you by Campers Inn of Kings Mountain after this timeout.
Where you get your tag does make a difference. At the North Carolina DMV Tag Office in Lincolnton, they want to make sure your tag purchase experience is a pleasant one. They're located at 2683 East Main Street in Lincolnton in the Carolina Shopping Center. It's big and spacious, and they have plenty of attendants to help serve you. They want to get you in and out as fast as possible. The North Carolina DMV Tag Office at 2683 East Main Street in the Carolina Shopping Center, Lincolnton. Like them on Facebook, too.
Attention home buyers. Call Neeline Cole Termite and Pest Control before purchasing your new home to avoid getting stuck with extensive damage, typically not covered by homeowners insurance. Neeline Cole Termite and Pest Control will inspect your home for prior or present wood-destroying insects and moisture. Call Neeline Cole Termite and Pest Control today to schedule your free estimate at 1-800-7-THE-WEB and receive $25 off any new service from Neeline Cole Termite and Pest Control. Since 1919, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton has been serving the Lincoln County and surrounding area. And today they continue to serve this area and beyond with quality fuels and outstanding service. In addition to fuel oil, they also carry all kinds of lubricants, from hydraulic fluid to automatic transmission fluid to farm lubricants, plus diesel fuel, home heating oil, and kerosene. That's Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincolnton. Call 704-735-2508 and online at NesbittOil.com. Triad Corrugated Metal in Lincolnton is this area's headquarters for premium metal roofing and supplies. And now just arrived square tubing for metal carports and metal buildings. Give them a call at 980-429-2278 for pricing and sizes. And they have a wide variety of colors. Visit the website at triadcorrugatedmetal.com. And like them on Facebook too, Triad Corrugated Metal, 108 Industrial Park Road in Lincolnton. Take your pick on a brand new Bobcat mower from West End Sales in Vail. Pick 0% APR on financing for 60 months or get an $800 instant rebate. You just take your pick and pick out your new Bobcat mower. Take a look at a Bobcat ZT2000, $500 instant cash rebate. A Bobcat ZT3000, $700 instant cash rebate. Or the Bobcat ZT3500 with an $800 instant rebate. See them today at West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail. Online at westendsales.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Time for the Stadium Postgame Show, brought to you by Campers Inn of Kings Mountain. If we started to recap all the scores in this game and all of the statistics, we would go way past the end of the postgame show hosted by Kevin Hastings, and that ends at 11:45. We're not going to do that to Kevin. So we'll just go right into just a quick recap of the game. That Bandys jumped out to a quick lead, 14-0, but then after that, Lincolnton made their adjustments, and away they went. Final score, 57-36, just an offensive explosion by Lincolnton. So time for some awards. That was the recap of the game, brought to you by Parker Farm Service of Kings Mountain. Sorry it was a short one, but the game was a long one. So get right to it. And we're going to have our first award is the Sub of the Game, brought to you by Subway of Boger City.
Yeah, we thought, Tiger Owens did some stuff on offense, but defensively he came in and subbed as Lincolnton tried to, spell some of their two-way players and did a great job. Had a couple pass breakups and a couple tackles for Lincolnton on a much better job. Again, they had 29 points in the first half and only had one touchdown in the second, and Lincolnton did a great job adjusting in the second half on the defensive side of the ball.
So,
Tiger Owens.
Tiger. What's the first name again?
I think it's Tigra, Tygra.
Tigra, yes, you are right. Tigra Owens. That's distinctive enough. I should have remembered it. Sorry, Tigra. Sorry about that. Tigra Owens is our sub of the game, brought to you by Subway of Boger City. Next up is the offensive player of the game, brought to you by Rhodes and Beal Oil Company of Lincolnton.
Yeah, no short of offensive players on either side of the ball, but I think everybody's going to probably know who the overall player of the game is, but Brady Sweat for Bandys pretty much did all that he could to try to keep Bandys in the game with all his passing. He had, 207 yards passing?
207 yards passing.
A lot of rushing yards as
166 yards rushing, so he accounted for 360 yards of offense himself.
Yeah, so Brady Sweat for Bandys, did a great job running the offense. Just the adjustments by Lincolnton was a little bit too much there in the second half.
And he's just a sophomore. Kid's got a lot of talent. So Brady Sweat is our offensive player of the game, brought to you by Rhodes and Beal Oil Company of Lincolnton. Next up, our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Triad Corrugated Metals of Lincolnton.
Yeah, again, great job on both sides of the ball, but Andrew Phelps, again, we kind of mentioned him. He had 2 interceptions, 2 pass breakups, 5 solo tackles, a couple of assisted tackles as well, but with the safety for Lincolnton was part of that adjustment where they were kind of just rolling to, if there was a trip side to that side. If Brady rolled out, he was rolling out, almost spying him from 25, 30 yards deep in the defensive backfield, was able to come up with those pass breakups and 2 big interceptions. Both of them were in the end zone when he intercepted 2. So Andrew Phelps from Lincolnton.
And it also shut down Obregon, who was really came out of the gate blazing, but didn't do much the rest of the game because of that change in coverage.
Right.
Really took him out of the offense. They were throwing at him, but they were picking off the passes. So our defensive player of the game, Andrew Phelps, brought to you by Triad Corrugated Metals of Lincolnton. And now it's time for the overall player of the game. And again, if you listen for more than 5 minutes, this is an easy call. This award sponsored by Abernathy Chevrolet of Lincolnton.
Yeah, Andre Bose, what more can you say? Did a fantastic job running the offense with his, was able to break a lot of runs.
Yeah, 292 yards worth
of rushing. Did a great job. Did have the 1 pick. We're not going to try to be negative, obviously, but They did some great things passing the ball as well when they needed to. Obviously, most of the time in the second half, they just needed to run it, so he was doing a lot of handing off, but 292 yards rushing is, well, phenomenal.
So he is Andre Bost, and he is our Abernathy Chevrolet overall player of the game. So Lincolnton now goes to 2-4. They're on a 2-game winning streak. 2-1 in conference. Bandys drops to 4-2, 1-2 in conference. And again, the other big game of the night, Bunker Hill came back and defeated West Lincoln 21-15. So Bunker Hill will go to 3-0 in league, and West Lincoln will go to 2-1. So those are the top teams in the conference at that point. And next week, Bandys has to go play at Maiden. So that'll be a tough coming off a game like this and then having to go play your arch rival. So that'll wrap it up here from Lincolnton. Again, the final score on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Offices in Lincolnton, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Final score, Lincolnton 57, Bandys 36. I'd like to thank Kevin, JP, Calvin, and everybody else at the studio that keeps this moving here as best he can despite the length of the game here. And I'm Dave Potter. He's Scott Tudor. We thank you for joining us. Next week, we're scheduled to be at East Lincoln. Ford at East Lincoln. And Ford was giving Statesville a game earlier. And East Lincoln was getting a game from West Iredell. So there may be some change of brewing out in the Western Foothills 3A. We'll see you next week. Again, you're listening to the Lincoln County Game of the Week on KTC Broadcasting, LincolnCounty.com, and the LincolnCounty.com YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us, and good night.
Who are you going to call? Bug Busters. Since 1998, Bug Busters has been serving North and South Carolina with the very best in professional pest control. Family and veteran owned, Bug Busters is there for your pest control, crawl space, encapsulation, termites, wildlife, structural repair, and waterproofing. Just call 704-732-2227 or visit their website at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook too. Bug Busters Pest Control and Home Improvement, 2863 Highway 27 East in Lincoln. Who you going to call? Bug Busters.